the hell are you?
Sometimes I need a good reason to get out of bed. Got sleep in my eyes, clouds in my head. I need a shot of something to make my motor go. Yes, I do. So I turn on the Klein and Alley Show. Give me some Klein and Alley Show. Give me some Klein and Alley Show. Get your motor running with the Klein and Alley Show. I said, get your motor running with the Klein and Alley Show.
It's Monday.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, Monday morning, we're back at it. Klein Alley Show on KROQ. I'm Allie. Klein
Vanessa
is not here. Vanessa is here. DJ Omar Khan, not here. Jake the Nerd, not here. Postmaster Johnny, also not here, which means that Vanessa and I are trapped in some kind of a reverse Women's Day where only we have to work. It's one of those day without men days, I guess, which is actually turning out to be pretty fun so far.
So far, I made a couple of mistakes because I'm not... After you come back from vacation, you forget your job.
There's already a little rust that happens after a vacation, for sure. I mean, you still have to get the crust out of your eyes. You have to get your brain out of vacation mode and that kind of thing. But then on top of it, it was like every single email we got last week was another person dropping off the list. And I will have to say, I admired all the various excuses. And we will get into why Klein's not here. I'm not going to get super into it, but Klein ended up losing a very close friend. He needs to take a couple personal days, and so we're going to be holding down the fort until he gets back. Omar went with the no excuse, which always has a lot of respect. Just, I'm not going to be there. Jake has a colonoscopy excuse, which, again, you can't really argue with. I mean,
and he's had this scheduled forever.
And he's had it scheduled for a long time, so he's probably about to get his butt checked right now. Then, late last night, Postmaster Johnny said, by the way, I had a great break, everyone. I'm not going to be here tomorrow because I need to go through an emergency move. Where if you've ever been with roommates, you understand how things can go south very quickly. And I guess this is something that happened where everything was great. And I don't know if this is a result of when we talked to him about it during the podcast the week before we left. We were kind of questioning him about his roommate setup because it seemed really sketchy, where it was like him and 3 other 20-year-olds that were living with some old women that seemed like they probably had some kind of a toilet cam situation. Now, all of a sudden, he needs to get all of his crap out and get it out today. Otherwise, he's going to be kicked out on the street. So, point is, Allie's here. I'll be with you. And Vanessa's here. We've also got the live stream going. And Vanessa and I are both naked. So you might want to check that out on the live stream. Of course, you can follow us on Instagram at Klein Alley Show. We're going to be doing things a little bit different this morning because, you don't want to hear a lesbian drone on for the next 4 hours. But we will be doing some live stuff. We're going to be catching you up on ADD News and get you updated on everything that's been going on in the world. And we've got tickets to give you to 21 Pilots and Yo Gabba Gabba. So stick around. We're here. You can interact with the show, 800-520-1067, and we'll get to some goat lines as well. Allie is here, and so is Vanessa. It's an all-female show. God help us all. And yes, we will be getting into some stuff that maybe you've heard on the show before. If you're a new listener, maybe this is stuff that you can get into, because as you get into the show and develop a new addiction, you want to know everything about your morning show. So this is, I think, a time where we talked about some of our worst addictions and how sometimes you should not feel bad about them. So we'll get into that. And also after, you can call us to play Allie Knows the News. Vanessa will be the only person that you can play against, but I don't see, it's Monday, why I can't give you $100 of my money if you've earned it. So you can stay tuned for that later this hour. But first, defending your addictions.
Klein Alley Show on KROQ.
KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Perhaps you felt the jolt last night as you were going to sleep or just getting home or whatever the case may have been.
Man.
Big jolt. A lot of people still recovering. 3.9 or North Hollywood.
Some people like Klein are still recovering.
Real shaker. Still have not been able to sleep. Really messed me up good,
I got
man.
PTSD.
Well, there's no one you can sue for that, but if you've been playing a lot of video games lately, apparently there's lots of people you can sue. There's a class action suit that's been going on now that claims that if you've spent any serious amount of time playing any games, app games, traditional video games, etc., you could be entitled to real money. And a woman just got paid out because she claimed that her Candy Crush addiction was crippling.
Well, there's endless levels.
Endless.
I'm at level 1069, I believe.
Yeah, and you're nowhere near the end. And if you ever get to the end, they'll just make more levels.
Yes, because it's very easy to just make more levels.
She finally ended up getting paid close to $250,000 because they agreed that she was right. And the way that the video game manufacturers operate now is that they are supposedly, this is according to the class action lawsuit that's going on right now.
Man, she could probably buy so many Crush combos with that $250,000.
She sure could. They are embedding, quote, addictive psychological features into popular games like Minecraft, GTA 5, Fortnite. This is proposally done to hook players, compelling them to spend excessive time and money on gaming.
Of course.
This is what they're designed to do.
If they're good at their jobs, that's what they're doing.
Now, I guess that, like anything else, they claim that if they can find proof that they were attempting to get people to get, quote, addicted and spend money and spend time to the point now where they're saying people are missing school, missing jobs,
any video
relationships.
game is designed to have you keep playing. They want you to play as long as you can.
But for whatever reason, I don't know where that line is. Now there's a giant class action lawsuit that's going on. That
and you can do it with our phones. You could do it with social media. You could do it with
the notifications.
Girl Scout
releases
cookies.
that dopamine. Yeah.
Girl Scout cookies, all of it.
Literally, you can find anything addicting, and we find everything addicting now. I was just actually reading about how people are getting addicted to AI and chatbots, because if you're lonely and you want to talk to somebody, you can talk to AI as long as you want to, and people are now like speaking to them so often that they feel like they can't go without it, like it's a friend of theirs that they need to constantly be checking in with.
Well, there's a wellness retreat that apparently has just opened up for people that were addicted to the day trading of the cryptocurrency. Got
that's just like gambling.
Overpowering, and all the emotions, the highs, the lows, that they said, this is overtaking my entire life. I've gone completely broke. I decided to go all in on Fartcoin, and it bankrupted my family, and now I got to check into a rehab to deal with this. But are we becoming more addicted? You think as a society now we are just getting addicted easier to things?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the internet is to blame, but I also think that they know, like, we are consumers. That's what we do. We consume content. We consume new products, everything.
Right. We're like termites.
Yes, exactly. We consume everything in our path. And whether you are somebody who's addicted to gambling, whether it's, online or in person, somebody like me would be finding an addiction in places like Temu and deal hunting and things like that, where I look at my Temu app and there's a spinning wheel going spin, spin, spin. You can win 100% off these 10 items. And I'm like, and it's all programmed to trigger that same part of your brain that wants more, more, more. What's the next thing? What's the next rush?
But I don't believe all addictions are respected the same. Because if you were to meet someone and they're like, oh man, I was crazy addicted to heroin for a while and now I'm on the recovery. People are like, hey man, props, good work, man. That's not easy to kick heroin. But if someone else is like,
a Fartcoin guy?
I'm addicted to Fartcoin. I've been playing the meme. Like, it was like, dude, you're not addicted to anything. Like, get the F out of here.
Well, I think having an embarrassing addiction is tough. Like, yes, if you have something traditional, that's, you have your own things that you've done to get drugs or alcohol or whatever. And you have those stories and you have a shame attached to that, etc. But there's a different shame attached when you say, I spent 7 hours last night on online bingo.
909 says Allie, not to rub it in, but I'm on level 9,345 on Candy Crush. You got a long way to go.
No, yeah, I was doing it like every single day. And then I actually got mugged because I was walking down the street at night on Candy Crush, and because I couldn't stop playing, and I had like a 5-minute walk ahead of me, and because I was looking down at my phone and not paying attention, I got mugged, and then my phone got stolen, and then I had to start my Candy Crush streak all over again.
My levels.
I know, all the candies that I popped.
Probably crushing right now. Yeah, I wonder, is there something that you are currently addicted to? Like, defend your addiction. Like, for instance, you're into it, it's probably gotten to that point of, I think that even buying stuff on Amazon has become a weird addiction for certain people. They just kind of can't get through the day without looking and getting, especially if you're constantly getting the updates of what's arriving. And it's very easy now for us to fall into the trap. I'm curious. We'll share with you ours. Love to hear yours. You can text, you can call 800-520-1067.
Klein, Alley, Show! Mornings on KROQ 106.7 KROQ.
Klein Alley Show. Thank you to everyone on the text line that said that our show has become their most unhealthy addiction, and now I feel like I must listen, and when I'm not listening, I'm missing out on stuff, so much so that I listen to the podcast afterwards, and I'm getting the shakes. So thank you for that. Greatly appreciate you. Talking addictions now. Apparently a giant class action suit is underway for anyone who feels like they've been addicted to video games or apps because they're designed to get you hooked and keep you there forever, and that's not okay. People addicted now these days to cryptocurrencies. My addiction is old school. It's gambling. That's the thing. When I get around a casino and I start hearing those noises.
Do you gamble every day?
I could gamble every day. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you could, but do you?
Not every day, but that's just because I'm a little tapped right now. But if I got a little bit more in the reserves, I could see myself gambling every day.
And how far in the hole have you been before?
Well, there's a listener to this show that called in to bet me $100 on that Tyson fight. You remember that? Mm-hmm. And I bet him on I thought Tyson was going to win, and I owed him $100, and then I was going to pay him on the side because I pay all my debts. And then he wrote to me, "You want to double?"
Said with confidence.
Want to double or nothing?
Because I pay all my debts.
He goes, "You want to double or nothing?" And I go, "Sure, let's double or nothing." We went up to 2. I was down 2. Then I was down 4. Then I was down 8. And I think I currently owe him over $1,000.
Yeah, but you've owed more than that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why I moved to the West Coast. I owed a bookie a ton of money on the East Coast.
How much money?
North of 20.
Wow.
Yeah, north of 20.
And then you ran away from that?
But I was up for a period before then. And
Did you explain that to him? He'll probably understand.
He's in jail now for another 4 years, and then I'll have to deal with that. But for the time being.
Oh, my God. What if you were the first person he found?
He may. Jeremiah on KROQ. Good morning.
Good morning.
What is your addiction?
I've been addicted to World of Warcraft since 2004, and I've lost a marriage over it, lost 3 or 4 jobs over it.
Wow, that's a real deal addiction. This guy's up for that class action lawsuit money right there.
So, how long have you been playing?
Since 2004, since it came out.
So you've been playing for 20 plus years, and you still find it that interesting?
It's ever changing, and then they re-released all the original content. So when everybody started complaining that the new stuff's getting boring, they're not creating new things, they re-released the old stuff that we had all the nostalgia for, and everybody went back to that.
When your wife,
they're making small changes.
When your wife said to you at some point, "It's me or World of Warcraft," you clearly made your choice, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Did she give you a chance to save the marriage and say "Look, I'll stay with you, but you got to give up this World of Warcraft"? And you're like, "Sorry, you don't have new levels every week like this does."
No, there was no chance. It was just, hey, I'm not getting enough attention. This other person gives me attention that I so need and desire. So she kind of fell in love with someone else because all my attention was either a work if I was working, and then come home and 12 hours a day World of Warcraft.
And what jobs did you lose?
Oh, man, I've been a general manager of, a bowling alley, a general manager of, at the time, a Subway up in Washington.
Oh, cushy gig.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where are you at now? Where are you at now in your addiction? Pretty deep still?
I'm on my way home to play World of Warcraft.
Oh, man, you are deep.
Yeah, but you have a job now, right?
Yeah, that's the funny part, because what my job is, you think I could beat my addiction to World of Warcraft.
What is your job?
I'm a substance abuse counselor, so I help people with other addictions.
Man. Do you come clean with them and tell them, like, I get what you're going through?
Yeah. I had self-disclosure that, like, hey, man, like, just because you beat one addiction doesn't mean you're not susceptible to other ones. Because I did overcome drug addiction in my life, and one of the ways I overcame that is some good friends of mine who actually cared about me bought me a computer in 2004 and bought me World of Warcraft.
Oh, man. Look at that. That's the irony of that.
Let me hand you your next addiction.
Put away the drugs. Get a sweet router. Matt, what are you addicted to?
I am somewhat addicted to sniffing blankets and old T-shirts.
Now, with the blankets, is it the smellier the better, or are you like clean ones?
The smellier the better.
Man.
Like, really, like before my old one got thrown away, I had it since I was a baby. And it just calmed me down.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I smell my blankie every single night.
Yeah, but you still do, Allie?
Yeah, but it's a ratted mess.
Yeah, it is gross.
And I recently found out that the T-shirt that I used to create the blankie is now a vintage T-shirt worth hundreds of dollars.
But, Matt, this is an addiction that's kind of a secret addiction, right? This hasn't cost you relationships. This hasn't cost you jobs, has it?
I mean, I just never thought it would be, like, romantic to, to sniff a blanket with a girl.
It can be. Next.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you're speaking to Allie on this one. Ruben, what is your current...
Don't stop doing what you're doing.
What is your current addiction? Apparently, we're more addicted to things now than ever before. There's lots of addictions now.
Right now, they're spending my money on Pokemon cards.
And you're buying the packs hoping that you open up and you get one of those valuable ones, or is it buying the ones that already have value hoping they go up?
Both. I buy singles and then I'd still buy packs hoping I get like the good ones.
Because that is the rush. I remember that rush. I haven't bought cards in a while, but the rush that you would open up a pack and get a Shaq Beam Team card, or you'd get some sweet, vintage card. Nowadays, they're putting there's so much talk about, like, they put this, they put a Mike Trout card in a pack randomly, and then if you happen to get that card, it's worth, game over, retire time.
We go back to what we were talking about. That's how they're designed.
Right, of course.
They're designed to keep you buying them because you might get something good. It's that same part of your brain.
This card has a piece of Shohei Ohtani's sock in it. It's worth $40 million.
Just saying, you can't sue everybody.
Well, that's where you're wrong.
This is America.
We could sue everybody, and we will. I wish we had time for more of these calls because they're fascinating, but we got to wrap up the show. Turn it over to Nicole Alvarez. Your favorite addiction is about to come to an end next on KROQ.
Like to play Allie Knows the News against Vanessa. Call us right now, 800-520-1067. I'll give you 5 questions about the news. If you can answer them and do better than Vanessa, you'll get $100 of my money. So again, 800-520-1067. Call us now for Allie Knows the News. Klein Alley Show. Allie here with you along with Vanessa, and we've got Allie Knows the News to get to. Of course, we got a lot of things that we're going to get to later on the show. We've also got tickets to 21 Pilots. We also have tickets to Yo Gabba Gabba. So you're going to want to be listening live as Allie and Vanessa hold down the fort here on Klein Alley Show. But first, let's try and give you $100 of my money. This is this Brian?
Hello, yep, it's me.
Hi, welcome. Have you heard Allie Knows the News before? Do you know how to play?
I know how to play.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. We're firing on all cylinders so far. All right, Brian, you're going to answer 5 questions I'm going to give you about the news. Vanessa is going to step out of the studio. So go ahead and leave, Vanessa, and I will, I guess, I don't know.
Brian, take me off
There's
speaker
some
before
kind of
I leave. What happened, buddy?
Chain reaction.
You're not on speaker.
Oh, okay, you sound good. Lots of energy.
Okay,
Good luck, bye.
thank you, Vanessa. All right, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll get through it together. All right, I'm going to give you 5 questions, Brian. Answer them quickly. Answer them as accurately as you can. Then I'm going to bring Vanessa back into the studio. I'm going to give her the same 5 questions. And if you do better than she does, you win $100. It's Allie Knows the News.
Okay.
Allie knows the news.
All right, Brian, question number 1. This childhood chain, known for their gross pizza and arcades, are opening a line of arcades just for adults.
It's Chuck E. Cheese.
Question 2. This rock legend performed his last show ever in his hometown of Birmingham. No confirmation yet on how full his diaper was by the end of the show.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Great. Question 3. It is a sad anniversary for LA today. It has officially been 6 months since what?
We got rain.
6 months since rain. Well, not a terrible guess. Question 4. Diddy was found not guilty of his most serious charges over the break. What did his fellow inmates do for him when the news was released?
They showered him in baby or the lotion stuff that he has a lot of.
There's probably a lot of that in the prison system. You're right. And question number 5. U.S. and Mexico faced off for the Gold Cup. Who won the title?
Mexico won. Controversial call by the referee.
All right, Brian, you actually did pretty well on that. Let's get Vanessa back in here. I don't even know how to signal to Vanessa that, oh, hi, you made it. We're doing like hand signals through chain reaction here in the building to try and communicate with each other. Very short staff this morning. All right,
let's do this.
Vanessa, Brian did all right. So if we are handing out $100 on a Monday morning after a break,
Actually, I'm not mad about it because
it's fine. You know what? Take it. I'm like a minute away from just throwing in the towel and giving Brian $100. All right, question number 1, Vanessa. A tiny towel. You can have a consolation prize. All right, question number 1. Vanessa, this childhood chain known for their gross pizza is opening a line of arcades just for adults.
I'm going to say it's Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese, where Vanessa not only worked, but was the rat for a long period of time. All right, Brian also got that right, so it's 1-1, tied up, going into question 2. This rock legend performed his last show ever in his hometown of Birmingham. No confirmation yet on how full his diaper was by the end of the show.
Oh, I know this! Ozzy Osbourne.
There you go. Ozzy. No, won't get nitpicky about pronunciation on that. Ozzy Osbourne, that's correct. And Brian got that as well. So it's 2-2 going into question 3. It's a sad anniversary for LA today. It's been 6 months officially since what?
The fires?
That's correct. The fires. And Brian said rain, which I think it has rained significantly in the last 6 months. But we are in a drought. Good guess, but now Vanessa is up 3-2 going into question 4. Diddy was found not guilty of his most serious charge over the break. What did his fellow inmates do for him when the news was announced?
Did they beat him up or something?
Did they beat him up?
That was a lot of
No, they gave him a standing ovation.
What?
Yep, both Brian and Vanessa got that question wrong. And question 5, Brian, I don't know if you can come back from this, but U.S. and Mexico faced off for the Gold Cup. Who won the title?
I believe it was Mexico.
That is correct. All right, Brian, I will give you a tiny towel because you were so nice to call in on this Monday morning after a break. But what must you shamefully admit on the airwaves of KROQ?
I shamefully admit my name is Brian from Lake Forest, and Vanessa somehow knows the news.
That's
right.
Correct. Klein is out today. He unfortunately lost a very close friend, and I think there were a lot of services involved last week. He really didn't get much of a vacation. He will explain everything when he gets back, but I'm here, Allie, and Vanessa's here with me. It's somehow an all-women show. It's a day without men here on Klein Alley Show, but we will go into a very male-centric topic now, and this is when Klein got his colonoscopy. I believe it was his first colonoscopy. It came from a health scare, one of many false health scares that Klein goes through on any given day. And even though Jake is out right now getting a colonoscopy, we're going to talk and relive the moment that Klein got his first and was about to get it done on the show live. He was I think unable to eat. This was like day 4 of him not eating and being on a completely liquid diet. I don't know why he came in. It was extremely uncomfortable.
KROQ.
KROQ. For anyone who's been through what I went through, and a lot of people have reached out and said they have gone through it for various reasons, it's not fun.
You got the moves. Super Bowl. Nobody wins.
That is very true. It was my very own Super Bowl.
Can't wait to hear all about it.
I'm not going to go into too much except to say that I figured out multiple ways to embarrass myself throughout the process. And
you ready for this? Super Bowl 45.
Thank you.
It's all pay dirt.
That's right. It was all pay dirt yesterday. For those of you that don't know what goes on, if you ever do an endoscopy or colonoscopy, whatever, they force you to not eat, and not only not eat, but you have to basically clean out your entire system, which means you have to drink 64 gallons of some sort of a fluid that will pretty much...
That's not 64 gallons. That's so many.
Maybe not gallons. 64...
Ounces?
No, it feels like more than that. It was a lot. Jake, you know, you're an expert. You've done 40 of these
yours
things.
felt lower than what I had to do.
Whatever I had to do.
They have to give you the max.
It was a 20-day supply that you had to drink.
It feels like a lot because it tastes like crap.
Yeah, you have to drink a 20-day supply, a 20-day supply of like a laxative, and you have to drink it all within 2 hours. So they basically want you to flush out your system. Mm-hmm. It's a full flush, and then you lose complete control of your body. You're at a point now where they even say in the notes, don't leave. Make sure you are within 1 foot of a toilet at all times, because your body, you cannot trust your body anymore. Mm-hmm. Your body will explode. And you go through that whole process. Yesterday, as you know, I came in here anyway. Bad idea. Sat here during the show. You guys brought food after food after food, rubbed it in my face. I was starving.
Great day.
Yeah, one of the best days ever.
Not for me, it wasn't a great day. And then this guy is like,
hey guys, you guys are a bunch of little punk bitches for what you did to Klein today. Klein's the only reason why you guys are on the effing radio. And you guys do him dirty like that, you guys got some serious karma coming your way.
This guy said it.
He would do worse to us if we were in that situation.
We're doing what he would have wanted.
I was so proud. When that plate of bacon came in the studio, I was so angry and also so proud at the same time. Because I said, that's beautiful what they're doing. They're torturing me. But then when the tacos came, and then the pizza came, and then the other stuff started showing up, then I started getting really mad.
The pizza is when you turned.
of all of the stuff, and everyone will argue, the prepping for it is the worst part because, understandably, it's a terrible feeling your body goes through. But I was so hungry that all I wanted to do was get over to the place, have it over with so I could just start filling my face. And in fact, I took a piece of that pizza from this room, wrapped it in foil, and I brought it in my pocket into the surgery center. I showed up with pizza in my pocket,
it's like
ready
your
to go.
comfort item?
It was my comfort item. And then they made me take everything out and get undressed. And I was like, what could I do with this?
My pizza.
And the people all looked at me and they go, did you bring a wrapped slice of pizza for yourself? I go, I did. And they go, oh, you can't be eating that for at least 24 hours after this.
24 hours?
They said,
Come on.
They said maybe 48. They said
maybe 48. F you.
They said greasy and spicy will absolutely destroy you if you try to go to that afterwards.
Newsflash, I'm already destroyed.
Yeah, do it.
So I was like, you're saying I can't even eat this pizza? That was just the one thing that was getting me through. And they're like, you cannot.
They're like, give it to me.
They confiscated my pizza.
And then they ate it in front of you?
Yeah, they ate it. I smelled it. I smelled them eating it up. So I get there. I'm supposed to be there at 10:30, and they're supposed to basically put me under at 11:30 sharp, and then out by noon. That was the plan. I'm sitting there. I'm naked in this, literally I got to put on one of those stupid gowns and sit around naked. They say undress till you're, all the way just to your socks.
I know, you sent me a thirst trap.
That was not supposed to go to you. It was supposed to go to my
Klein
wife.
sent me a thirst trap picture of it.
It was not.
You got to post it. Post it.
No, he unsent it.
Luckily,
he unsent it right when I saw it. I was like, and then he said, sorry, that was
yeah. So anyway, I'm laying on this gurney, and I'm in a stupid, one of those gowns that doesn't buckle in the back, and I've got just socks on, and I'm sitting there, and then 1 hour becomes 2 hours, and I'm so hungry that
it sucks to just sit there and be hungry.
And then I hear all of the nurses having a conversation about what they're going to have for lunch because it's getting close to now lunchtime. And I go, hold on, are they not going to get me in before they take a break for lunch? Because as you know, no one takes lunch more seriously than the medical profession. They shut down for sometimes 2 hours. You call any doctor's office, we're closed every weekday from noon until 2 for lunch.
Oh, and it's 12 on the dot.
Oh, yeah, they don't play around with that
No, they
number.
do not.
So I'm going, man, it's getting pretty close now. I'm already at 11. I was supposed to be in this thing already. And I thought to myself, let me be the last one in before lunch so they'll do me real quick because I know how we are before we're about to eat. Let's just get it done with and move on.
Yeah, but do you really want the person to be rushing it? Because
yes, I did. I didn't care if
really?
they did it well. I just wanted to be done with it. So then all of a sudden, I'm sitting there. I hear them all having a conversation. They start arguing about what. Hey, what do you feel like today? You guys want to do Chinese? Oh, let's do subs. Oh, there's a new sandwich. And I'm going, do they not understand? I'm sitting here ravenous. My insides are eating themselves. And then they come in, they go, all right, you're up next. I go, great, I'm ready to go. They go, but we are going to take our lunch break first. And I go, you got to be kidding me. So I go, what's that going to be? They're like, well, it's about an hour, give or take.
Give or take.
So now I'm sitting there going, all right, enjoy your lunch while I sit here.
Wait, what do they expect you to do for an hour?
Just sit in the stupid bed with my ass hanging out of that.
Damn,
dude.
Dude, can't they just move their lunch a half an hour?
They don't move lunches.
Weren't you the last guy, too?
Well, I was the last guy before lunch, I assume, but then I got pushed to the first guy after lunch, I guess. And then I started thinking to myself, well, maybe it's for the better, because then maybe once they're all... Guy will have nice greasy fingers. It'll be easier for him to get in.
Pizza hands up there.
Yeah, they got a slice. Now they all got a slice of pizza to share. One of my pizzas. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting. And now at this point, I am hooked up to an IV already, and they've all gone to lunch. I'm sitting there by myself, and I start getting that feeling in my stomach again, like I got to go because
no,
now they've pumped a bunch of fluids into me,
and it's all going through your butt.
Yeah, it's going through. So I go. I don't even know how to detach myself from this IV.
Did they give you a bedpan?
They didn't give me a bedpan, but they did put one of those. It's the most embarrassing thing, like a doggy training pad on my bed.
You're a good boy.
Oh yeah, because you might leak your butt.
Right. So I'm sitting on top of I'm sitting on top of a pad that you would use to train a puppy, which is like in the history of my life, and I get it for medical reasons. It's one of the more humiliating moments.
They do that a lot when you're pregnant too.
So I think to myself, I can't unhook from this IV and walk over to that bathroom. I'm looking at it. Do I just
aim?
Do I just go on this doggy pad?
Well, you can take the IV out.
I didn't know how to do that, and I was afraid I was going to rip it out of my arm. I didn't know. They didn't tell me how to do that.
Is it the little bag on one of those rolly things?
Yeah, and then you're rolly with your little butt hanging out?
No, it was not on a rolly thing. So I just decided I'll just try to go on this pad. I assume that's why it's here.
Oh, man. Dude.
So you just sat there in your own crap?
I would have screamed, like, bloody murder first. Like, I need to go.
So So I went on the pad, and then they came back from lunch, and
You
I said,
did? And they were horrified?
And I said, I
went boo-boo.
I need a new pad.
Belly rubs.
And they said, "Oh, that wasn't there for that." I go, "It wasn't?" They're like, "Well, it's just there as as like a fail-safe, like not a first option."
Thank God.
And I was like, "Well, I guess I didn't know."
I went through all the options.
I didn't know how to take off this IV. And then the woman said to me, "Oh, the IV's not connected to anything yet."
What?
You could have
yeah, because they probably just put it in there
they put it
for
in
when they put the safe.
Right, but there was a long cord dangling. I assumed it was hooked up to something else because they were giving me fluids earlier, but I guess she did.
Yeah, but sometimes like a little half cord.
It was in my hand, too, which was weird, the IV thing. They put it in the top of my hand.
Yeah.
So then I go, oh, well, now I feel like a real
So you're just a
ass
guy who just...
for no reason. She's like, we never would have left you here hooked to this thing with no one around. And I'm like, I didn't know. They're like,
They did leave you.
Yeah, but not hooked up to the thing.
Yeah, but they should have told you something hey, don't go on this pad, go over here.
Don't feel
give you
bad.
some instructions.
So I got up and I cleaned myself. I was a real mess. And then and then they wheel me into the thing, and the guy, they give me the propofol. And I don't know a lot about Michael Jackson, but he was into the good stuff because that propofol, man,
I know that stuff really hits.
That stuff hits good, and they tell you. And the anesthesiologist is always a weird fella, but he's like, I'm going to give you some stuff. You're going to have the best nap of your life. And then you're going to wake up and you'll forget any of this ever happened. And I'm like, one follow-up question.
Yeah.
And then I'm out. And then it's like you time travel. And
it is like time traveling. And then you wake up and it's like everyone's like, hi, welcome back. And you're like, what the F?
Yeah. And everyone says the same dumb thing. Like, are we done yet? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's all done. Everything's cool. I'm like, really? How was
Sore
I?
throat, sore
butt? You crapped yourself again.
I said
Clean yourself up.
I said to the guy, did I do anything embarrassing? And he goes, ha, ha, ha. Anyway, I'll see you in 10 days for the results.
What?
He didn't want to tell me. So in 10 days, I'll figure out, if I'm dying or not. But at least for now, I got to make a real ass of myself. And then
the ass man.
And then I said, I'm so hungry. Can I eat? Because I thought at the very least they're going to give me some food. And the guy's like, here's a list of things you shouldn't eat today. It was all of my favorite foods. Like literally.
Shouldn't is different than couldn't.
It was great. Thank you, Jake. Shouldn't is different than couldn't. But it was like, do not eat greasy food, cheesy food. It was all the stuff. And they go bland. And I was like, oh, man, all I wanted to do was just go ham on some burritos or something afterwards.
Yeah, but so then what was your first meal?
It was like boring, bland stuff, Allie. It was
like what?
Rice and some Cheerios. It's like the saddest thing ever. I'm like a toddler.
I eat it. Jake's
the saddest thing. Thanks, Jake.
Put some butter on that rice.
Yeah, thank you for all the wonderful support that came pouring through. And I'll let you know in 10 days. If I'm dying, we'll have a nice, fun on-air funeral.
I can't wait for the 10 days to go by and the doctor to say it's inconclusive.
We got to do it all over again.
Penis vagina. Penis poop pee poop
Adderall, it's time for ADD News.
All right, this hour in ADD News. First, we unfortunately got to talk about the sad situation in Texas with the mass flooding that happened. They got 4 months of rain in a matter of hours, and it was very unexpected flash flood, though flash floods are not uncommon in Texas. This one came with a late warning or no warning for some people. Many people lost their lives, 81 people so far, including...
I lost the bed, sorry. I have to get it back.
I was like, this is so silent as I'm talking about this story.
Now I know what Klein means, like when you lose it all of a sudden. I was like, oh no.
It is, yeah.
Keep going.
Very
Sorry,
awkward. All right, go on. It's just Allie and Vanessa here this morning, by the way. We're here, we're live, we're giving you tickets later in the show. 21 Pilots, Yo Gabba Gabba, etc., just for putting up with us. All right, 81 people so far lost their lives, including 27 campers and camp counselors at a summer camp called Camp Mystic, and it's one of those tragic stories where... You know, I was reading about it over the weekend. I got sucked into a lot of rabbit holes about some of these individual stories. The camp counselor who died trying to save the kids, the guy who ran the camp. There was also another story about these kids who climbed on top of bunk beds to get to safety. And I guess in a weird way, the silver lining is that there were 750 people at this camp. So I guess many more people could have died, and they were able to evacuate a majority of people. But the big issue is that there wasn't enough warning from the Weather Service, or the warning happened a little late and it didn't reach the right people. There was a camp nearby that got evacuated. They evacuated on their own because they saw the rising water levels, and they said, we're not going to wait to be told to leave. We're not going to wait for a warning. We're just going to get the F out of here. And I mean, you always morbidly think about yourself in a situation like this and what you would do. I would never have the foresight to leave a dangerous situation unless someone told me to.
That thing that happened is my biggest fear. Anything with water is my biggest fear.
Dude, so because you have nothing, like, even if you can swim, you're effed.
I know, in the current. So if I would have seen like a lot of water, I would have been like, I don't feel comfortable. I have to go.
Well, isn't this how you lost your teeth? Because you lost your teeth in a current, right?
Kind of lost my teeth. There is still on. I lost them in the ocean, in an ocean wave, because it smashed my face in the sand. But literally, why I'm afraid of any sort of like big source of current and water.
Right.
It's scary.
Because even if you can swim, and even if you're a grown-ass woman and not a child like Vanessa, you can't control what's going to happen because the current is just so fast. You're completely screwed. And then when I was in Tahoe over the break, we had heard about the freak storm that happened there a few weeks before that. And it was like everybody was out there sunny, everyone's on the lake, they're in their boats having a great time, and there was no storm like that in the forecast. And then within 45 minutes, it was like high 40 to 50 mile an hour winds, boats capsizing, and then 45 minutes later, sunny again. I mean, I do think that there's been this weird uptick in, like, these weather events that just come and go, and the Weather Service doesn't necessarily know about them in far enough advance. All right, there's a lot of money to be made from kidults. I swear 90% of the Lego sets that are being sold these days are being sold to grown-ass adults who want to relive their childhood. And Chuck E. Cheese is pivoting, and they're banking on that feeling. Though they've been struggling as a business for a long time, they've closed almost every location, I think. There's one near where I live, but I don't think I see many people in there anyway. They're launching a new set of arcades just for adults. It's going to be called Chuck's Arcade, and it'll include a lot of the classics like Pac-Man and Mortal Kombat and Donkey Kong and stuff like that. I'm sure people will go because everyone wants that nostalgic feeling. But I've also been to some of the arcades that have those throwback games. And it's exciting at first, and then when you actually play, you're like, this is lame. Like, I've played Donkey Kong, I'm like, oh, wow, I loved that when I was 8. And then as a drunk adult, there's only so many times that I can play that and kind of get bored by it. I went to an arcade one time that had Oregon Trail. And I was like, that game. You never played Oregon Trail? No. I was like, dude, Oregon Trail. I remember you would get a little wagon together. You would name all the people in your wagon, and you would try hike. You would get in a covered wagon, and you would take the Oregon Trail to California, and there would usually be some person who dies of dysentery or, you know, they get like yellow fever and die. But I was like, oh, this is going to be so fun. And I was drunk. I was like, let's do this. And after like 5 minutes, I was like, I don't want to invest in this. Like these games took too long and we don't have the attention spans for them anymore. But I will say if they were to do Chuck's Arcade and have tickets, like you go to the ticket counter, redeem your tickets, and it's like adult prizes.
Ooh, yes.
That would be cool. Like if it was, okay, I'm going to win this bottle of vodka, or I'm going to get, you know, some weed or anything that's going to make your night better.
You know, I would be better like, okay, you get these tickets, we'll pay this bill for you.
Totally. You get like, 20% off your bill.
Yes.
Anything like that. Give me a gas card. Anything would be great. All right, if you were traveling through an airport over the weekend, I hope you did not encounter this. Traveling during the summer is rough because not only is everyone else traveling, you're usually traveling in a very hot climate, which means that the swamp ass is real. And I guess swamp ass was setting off TSA alarms over the break.
Imagine this. You're at the airport, rushing through security, when the body scanner suddenly flags you. The reason? Your sweaty crotch set off the alarm.
Which, if you feel like you're in a stressful situation, which a lot of people are when they're traveling, and if you're a chronic sweater like Jake the nerd who's not here, but he's somebody who sweats through a shirt in like 20 minutes flat, you know, knowing that TSA can flag you for this and then you're going to be pulled aside and potentially searched over that, it should make you even sweatier.
This happened to a traveler recently, and it's not an isolated case. A woman, described as a mid-sized adult, 5'8" and 169 pounds, shared her experience on Reddit after being flagged by TSA scanners at 2 different airports. She was wearing bike shorts and regular underwear with no piercings, medical devices.
Okay, hold on. Bike shorts and regular underwear? If you are wearing bike shorts, you need to be wearing a thong.
Cotton. Oh. Well,
you're not going to be wearing full-ass underwear with bike shorts because, yeah, then you are going to get a weird swamp-ass situation
but that's
going
what
in
I'm
there.
Saying. You need cotton underwear or it's going to be...
You need something absorbent. I mean, my
She did
God.
wrong.
And this happened to her at 2 different airports. So,
that's embarrassing.
Woman, save yourself. I mean, my God.
Items in her pockets. Yet the scanner lit up red around her groin area, leading to a pat-down. Sweat is often the culprit. TSA's millimeter wave scanners detect moisture, like perspiration in sensitive areas, which can appear as an abnormality. Another traveler shared a similar story, saying their swamp crotch led to an awkward pat-down, with the TSA agent even using that exact phrase.
Yeah, well, awkward pat-downs can be awkward unless you're single and looking to meet somebody new.
Like, yes,
then
please.
get that swamp crotch, girl. All right, we'll get into a new hour of the show after this.
Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
KROQ, Klein Alley Show. We're operating on barely any. I don't even think we could say we're operating on one cylinder at this point. Allie, I'm here. Klein is not here. He's dealing with some personal stuff. He lost a very close friend. His vacation was filled with a lot of very unfortunate funeral events and things like that. And so as a result, he's taken a little extra time. Jake the Nerd is, I think, currently getting his ass looked at. He's getting a colonoscopy. DJ Omar Khan is still out gallivanting with his family, or maybe he's working a wedding or something. We don't really know. Postmaster Johnny said late last night that he was not coming today because he had an emergency move-out situation. Had to be out of his place by today. I believe if he wasn't going to show up today and get his stuff into the moving van, they were just going to throw his stuff out on the street. So obviously there's a lot of personal stuff that we need to get into when everybody gets back. But in the meantime, I'm here and Vanessa is here, and also Justin, our guy's running the live stream. If you want to watch this car wreck live with video, you can at KROQ's YouTube. You could also follow us on Instagram at Klein Alley Show. During the break, the GOAT line was there for you if you wanted to interact with the show while we were gone. And just listening to some of the GOAT line calls after a break, you never really know how angry, drunk, high, happy people are going to be. The first 4 seconds of this call seems angry.
You know, a lot of people don't understand the torture that you guys have.
So I would assume that this is somebody who was a fan of the show and now is not a fan, but
by having to listen to the same music all day. I'm in a cab working in a machine every day, and I only listen to KROQ. So I get to listen to the same songs over and over again.
Which we understand. I mean, we just heard Crawling. How many times have I heard that song? Many, many times, and I probably will hear it many, many more times. But this is the things, this is what we go through together.
And hear you guys talk about it over and over again.
Yeah.
And I still don't change it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. I love you guys. Have a great day.
So even if you're angry, you can still be happy. And we're here with you through all of it. Klein Alley Show here on KROQ. Get some music on, and the show continues after this. KROQ Klein Alley Show. We've got stuff to give you all show long. Of course, next hour, 9 a.m. and 10 a.m., we're going to be giving you 21 Pilots tickets, which I know that is a hot ticket to get. But in the meantime, we want to give you something else, something that I think, we were talking about kidults recently and how people are really into all things kid these days, especially, I don't know why I'm talking to you about this, Vanessa, since you are a child. Do you know about Yo Gabba Gabba and the craze around it?
I know about Yo Gabba Gabba, but not because
But I don't know how to say
No. But it's not because I've seen the show or know any of their songs. Really, I
know
don't.
It's through social media, right?
No, it's because when I was in, there was a time, I think it was high school or college in between, I worked at the mall, and I worked at one of those stands that sold
the little kiosks.
Yeah. Which, worst job ever.
Oh my God, you had I feel like we could have a terrible job off because you and I have both had some really, really terrible jobs. Working at a mall kiosk, I think, is the worst.
Anyways, I sold Yo Gabba Gabbas.
There you go. Well, you can win a pair of tickets to Yo Gabba Gabba by calling right now. Caller 20. They're performing at the Novo on August 31st. I think these guys were at Coachella as well. I mean, everyone loves Yo Gabba Gabba. You can also catch them at the Fox Theater in Pomona on August 1st. But if you want those tickets, call now. It's Klein Alley Show on KROQ.
KROQ Road Trip USA. Your favorite KROQ bands and destinations all across the country. Stop 1. Ride a roller coaster at Busch Gardens. Make friends with an alligator. Fall in love with a Cuban sandwich when you see 21 Pilots in Tampa, Florida. Qualify all week and you'll instantly win tickets to their show at BMO Stadium October 26th.
We're 21 Pilots and we don't approve of that.
Yeah, but KROQ does. Then you could be off to Florida for round 2.
I didn't understand the thing you said.
Because nothing says summer like music, humidity, pirate parades, and a lizard watching you eat lunch. Courtesy of Live Nation and Atlantic Records.
The world famous KROQ.
show. Klein's out taking a little extra time. Unfortunately, he had a death not death in the family, but when you have friends that are close and your kids, pretty much is like family. He's going through a hard time. He's taking a little time. In the meantime, I am here. Vanessa's here. Omar's out. Jake the Nerd is out. Postmaster Johnny is out. So it is some kind of like a reverse Women's Day where it's a day without men here on KROQ and Klein Alley Show. But I wanted to highlight this because Klein is not without his faults. And one of his faults is that he can be a bit of a pushover as a parent. And it's a result of a segment we do regularly on the show called Klein's Kids Hate Him, where, he tries to play tricks on them and it seems to backfire. It ends up in a lot of swearing and kicking. And we brought an expert on. This woman is, I believe, at Bratbusters on Instagram and TikTok. And she is basically an expert at keeping anybody's kids in line. So we thought we needed to bring her in to kind of give Klein a lesson in parenting here on Klein Alley Show.
Klein Alley Show on KROQ.
Klein, we have been worried about you. Not just you as an individual, but your home life and particularly your relationship with your children.
They love me. I'm the best.
As you know, and as Omar has saved many clips over the past months and years, it's not like your kids have really that much respect for you, correct? Mm-hmm. Would you disagree or agree with that statement?
Just define respect.
I'll just play it for you.
Right. Hey.
Shut up! So,
yeah, that's
just
right.
with some of the many issues that you've brought to our attention.
Hold on. Before you play all the clips or make me look like I'm an unfit parent, I'll have you know that the last time my wife was out of town and I was single dadding it for like 4 days in a row, I did get a report from my kids in the middle of my parenting, and this is what they said, Allie.
Girls, how has Dad been as a single dad this week?
Report is so-so.
The report is so-so? What does that mean?
We're not good.
All right, so that's the wrong clip.
All right.
I played the wrong clip.
So
really not good. That's so much worse than so-so.
I was talking to Katie about this, and she reminded me that we follow this great account. This woman's name is Lisa Bunnage, and she runs this account called Bratbusters Parenting. And they have a ton of followers on TikTok and Instagram. And they also, she has like courses and coaching, and she has like basically a boot camp for kids and their parents.
I don't need it.
And she has, she's kind of like the Caesar Milan for kids. Like, hey, you know what? Why don't you respect me first, and then we can really respect and love one another. Mm-hmm. But, for example, when your kids are fighting with each other,
yes,
what is your go-to method of solving that problem?
Melatonin.
Okay.
For myself.
So here's something that she suggests not to do, where you kind of warn and give empty threats, right?
That's what I do. Empty threats.
Empty threats.
I'm a big fan of the empty threats, but the threats get emptier, but they get more extreme.
Okay, so this is what
You'll never go to college.
Farther in the future, things that they can't think about.
I go so far into the future.
So this is what Lisa says you should not do.
Don't say before you go, if you fight, we're going home. They already know that. Don't treat them like morons.
Well, if they're going to act like morons,
okay,
they got to treat them like morons. And
it makes you look like you're afraid of them. If you fight, we're going to go home. Don't talk like that. It's wimpy. It's
okay. That's hitting me a little hard.
Okay.
Right there.
And if they start acting out, say, okay, we're going to go home now. No warnings. Just get up and go.
So you repeat yourself a lot. And just so you know, Klein.
From the ages of 3 to 12, their behavior is 100% a direct result of your parenting.
Great.
100%.
They need a leader. Kids without a leader, they're lost. They're more likely to bully. They're more susceptible to peer pressure, the drug dealer on the corner, the internet, the Kardashians. You get the idea.
For the sake of your children becoming drug dealers and Kardashians, I decided to reach out to Lisa and have her on so that she could give you some coaching right here, right now. Lisa, are you there?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, wonderful. Thank you for being on here and sabotaging. Allie is attempting to sabotage me.
No, this is actually a favor that we're doing. And Lisa, I'm sure you heard some of the things that we were just playing, and I don't know if you already have thoughts, but you've dealt with many parents over the years that, aren't using the best methods to raise their kids, and then it comes back to bite them in the ass.
Yeah. Actually, I was laughing out loud. I never listened to myself. I thought, God, I come across as nasty.
Yeah, but you're a no BS kind of person, right? I mean, and
Absolutely.
That's kind of what some of these parents need, right? Is that everyone's trying to blame everybody else for their kids' behavior, and you're saying it's all up to you.
It is. Now, how old, Klein?
Yeah.
How old are your kids?
Who knows?
Okay.
6.
Okay.
6 and just turned 6 and just turned 8.
6 and 8. Okay.
So they're a lost cause at this point. I'm going to try to make another one soon. We'll work on that one.
Well, you know, what I teach is, and I think it was Allie, you said that you get respect me first. You said, I don't do that. I give respect before I get it. Because you've got to give before you get. You got to show kids, hey, I'm accountable too. If you're not accountable and you're not willing to be humble and vulnerable and admit when you make mistakes, why should the kids do it?
I'd like to play you a clip, and I hear what you're saying of my kids clearly respecting me, and this is 10 seconds long, but I would like you to hear this, and then you can respond.
Fat boy.
Why you calling me that, Sienna?
He called you fat boy. Because you have a fat stomach.
What? I didn't even. You're on your third muffin. I haven't had anything to eat here.
I'm on my first muffin. Fat boy, fat boy.
Okay, now.
So now most of the time, Klein's kid calls him a fat boy. And is that something that's Klein's fault, or is that just, his daughter having some fun?
It's Klein's fault because she's
hold on.
having fun.
Yeah.
She's having fun. You encourage that. No, absolutely. I can tell by that tone of voice that she is encouraged to do that. You must laugh. There has to be encouragement there. She's not trying to be naughty or disrespectful there. She's trying to be cute and funny. I can tell by her tone of voice.
Yeah. Like a lot of times people accuse me, even modern day as an adult, of saying things that are, mean or whatever. But the goal is never to hurt anyone's feelings. Is to have a good laugh, have some fun.
No, but what she's saying is that they're encouraged to say things like that because you're laughing along and they think that that's how they're bonding with you. Right, Lisa?
Yeah, and you also said my goal is never to hurt anyone. No one cares what your intention or goal is.
Oh.
They only care about what you say or do. No one's looking behind the scenes in your brain. So they only react to what you give them. Now, I guarantee you had to have laughed at that for her to do that. There's no way you couldn't have. You must find some joy in what she said. I can tell because of her tone of voice. She's loving it. She's like, wow, I'm just as funny as Daddy is.
Right, much funnier. I wish I was as funny as that kid.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, what about this kind of...
We don't have to play more clips.
And this is some of the other things that Klein's kids have said to him. This is when Klein told them they were not going to Disneyland.
Hey.
Shut up! God damn it!
No.
I want to go. He is stupid!
You do that again, you'll be in big trouble.
Stupid! Stupid man!
Okay, listen. Do not curse. It's not okay. See, I see that? I laid the law down at the end there. You hear that, doctor?
Doctor?
Is she a doctor? I don't know.
Doctor, I'm no doctor.
Oh.
Oh my God, no, that was completely different. You got to work on your leadership skills. That's all I teach here. I teach how to get respect, but you got to give it to get it. So you're so inconsistent because you're laughing at some of this sort of rude stuff, and then they go overboard, and then you're not laughing. It's inconsistency. Mm-hmm. So are they funny when they're rude, or are they rude when they're rude? They don't know the difference. Only we can tell. Because that first clip was definitely them trying to be funny. Like, here, aren't we cute? And then the next one, was that real? Was that actually what?
Oh, yes.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that real?
Okay.
What, you think that I...
Is this your real life?
Yeah, that's real, all right.
It's a comedy show, so I didn't know if you were making that one up. But yeah, if that was real, that's just a total lack of respect for you. But that's on you. It's not the kids. Remember, I never fix kids. I fix and teach parents. Mm-hmm. If you're a leader, there's no way they talk to you like that because they look up to you. A leader is more like a mentor, someone that makes you feel good about yourself, not someone that you're afraid of or intimidated by or you're worried about, anything. It's more about they want to please you because they look up to you, like a mentor. And most men relate to when I say it's like a really good coach. You ever had a really good sports coach that you look up to, and you really want to please him by playing a good game, and he's just all over you when you do well? Oh, way to go. And he's also all over you when you don't do well. You'll get it next time. It's that. That's a leader to me. It's not about the discipline. It's about the connection and the bond. You want your children to feel like $1 million when they're with you. Guaranteed that in that last clip, they weren't feeling good about themselves.
Well, they lost a fake trip to Disneyland. So understanding that.
Well, why did you do that? That's so mean. You mean you made up a fake trip? Now, I kind of do stuff like that. But did you actually do that? You said we're going to Disneyland and then pulled it out from under them?
Okay, well, not exactly. The reality is we were talking about a story about a woman, Allie, I forget the exact story, but adults that go to Disney without their kids. That was the story.
Right. And what would it be like if Klein said, I'm going to Disneyland, but I'm not bringing them with me?
I didn't pretend they were going. I just said that I was going to go with Mom and without them, and that's how they reacted, because some parents actually do that, and it was more of a social experiment. But you can hear in this clip I'll play you when I call my daughter to wish her good luck on her school play. She loves me.
What's up, Olivia? What's going on? Are you ready for your big concert?
Yeah, I have to go.
See?
That's someone who really wants their dad's respect.
That's right.
I mean, in terms of consequences, though, Klein has gotten some criticism from his wife over the way that he tries to give them consequences for bad behavior, right? And some of the things that you've taken away recently have been what, Klein? Pool privileges,
Big Bear.
trips.
Last weekend they were supposed to go to Big Bear. Took that away.
You've taken or threatened to take away Disneyland before, right?
That's been threatened before, but I'm done with the threats now. I'm actually on board with Lisa's plan.
Very specific rules, though, about what to take away and what choices to give them, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say Mom and I are going to Disneyland without you. So there.
Well,
you kind of set them up for that. But yeah, I do deal with bad behavior. I don't let stuff go. But attitude is not something you ever deal with. Attitude goes away naturally, organically, over a period of time once you've proved you're a leader. You got to earn their respect. You can't just demand it. You have to command it. But it takes time because you've got history with not getting respect. So they don't trust you right now. Mm-hmm. So let's say you completely changed how you parent. You know how to connect and bond. You know how to deal with bad behavior, right? That's all I teach is how to connect and bond, really. Bad behavior is secondary. So you've got that all sorted out. And then it might be 3, 6, maybe even more weeks after that before the attitude goes away. It's like, oh, you really have changed. So that takes time. But you have to let the attitude go. You did that to them. They're just victims of us.
I want to ask my kids what they think of this diagnosis. Go ahead, kids.
That's stupid.
Okay. I'm with you on that. Thank you.
You see, now that's your fault, too.
Okay, great. Okay.
Thank you, Lisa.
interesting point. Vanessa claims there's a whole different world. Obviously, if you've ever been into the other bathroom you're not supposed to use, they couldn't be more different, men's rooms and ladies' rooms.
I have accidentally walked into a men's bathroom and regretted it so hard and gone, I need to get the hell out of here. Or even those bathrooms where they have, like, the women's and the men's are separate, but then you wash your hands in the same place. That even weirds me out. Because I don't want to be close to a men's bathroom simply because they're disgusting.
They are gross, but
they're more efficient.
They are. That's a great point. It is. You'll notice at any event, concert, whatever, usually there's a line that wraps around the whole place for the ladies, and the guys is just walk right in.
I've seen ladies walk in there just for that reason.
Yes, many times. It's weird how you couldn't do that. You couldn't flip that. But for some reason, if women are up for it, they're brave enough, they'll just be like, you know what? It's going to be gross regardless. It's kind of, sometimes you're dealing with different levels of gross depending on where you are.
Yeah, but the women's bathroom is still a more pleasant experience, and I'd take a pleasant experience over anything else. And Vanessa pointed this out, where she's like, if you go out to a good bar, the women's bathroom is sometimes the best place.
It's a whole vibe. Are you feeling down? Go to the girls' bathroom. You will get a compliment. Girl, I love your dress. Oh my gosh, I love your hair. I like your purse. Like, you will get a compliment no matter what. If the music is playing over the bathroom, you will see a line of girls dancing. You will hear gossip. It is a whole entertainment show. I love me a girls' bathroom at an awesome bar.
Vanessa claims that you get good advice there, too. From
Absolutely. If somebody has
advice.
Just broke up with their boyfriend, or they found out that she's being cheated on or something, or someone's crying, and then there's a collective, we need to help this person.
That's why you guys' lines are so long. Y'all be lollygagging over there, bro.
Johnny's right. That's exactly right. All those things everything
it's because girls have smaller bladders.
No, Vanessa, every single thing you just said, advice, gossip, whatever.
Makeup touching up.
That is happening while you're waiting.
That has never happened in one.
If a guy complimented my shirt, I'd be like, I'm not interested, dude.
Yeah, stop talking to me, bro. Focus on yourself.
Jake, no one's going to compliment your shirt.
You guys are bitter because no one gives you compliments.
Vanessa, you will go to the bathroom. Is this true or false? At a women's at a bar, even if you don't have to use the bathroom because you like
to check myself. Hello.
Yeah, a lot of people will just go in there to check things, to fix wardrobe problems, or to do a hair. I've fixed somebody's hair before, even though I really have no business doing that. Or somebody, if you're unsure about your outfit, to ask somebody if one top goes with something else.
I've always been curious when you see like a door cracking, when like, if you're waiting in line or you're by the bathrooms and you go left for the women, right for the guys, and then the door opens. Sometimes you look in there and it seems like there's a whole world in there. Like there's sofas and there's like other stuff going on. It seems like the actual bathroom is the least important part of that whole room, which is interesting because everything else is mirrors and conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. 714 said, I was a janitor and the women's restroom is always the worst, the dirtiest, which I'm shocked to hear that.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that we always take a lot of heat where they go, guys are gross and guys are filthy. But I would argue that and this janitor proves the point, that sometimes those are more organized filth than in the ladies' room.
The thing is, you guys lollygag in the bathroom as well. You're just not doing it with each other. You're doing it by yourselves. You will go in a stall, be on your phone. You guys, when you go to the bathroom, you're gone for like 20 minutes, sometimes more.
Who's taking a dump at the bar? Who's taking a dump at the club, though?
No, but I'm talking about men's and women's bathrooms. You spend personal time in the bathroom, too. It's just not at a bar. It's in the work bathroom.
Yeah, if I'm at work, because always remember, it's...
Well said, Johnny.
Yeah, no, like the boss makes a time, so that's... How does it go again?
No, you're nailing it. Go ahead, keep going.
No, it's something about the boss makes a dime, so that's why I poop on company time. That's what it is.
Ugh, he's like that's like Beer Mug's favorite stupid thing to say. He says it all the time.
It's like the first thing Beer Mug ever told him when he started here.
He's like,
just remember one thing.
Hey, remember one thing about working in an office.
The saying goes, the boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time. That's what you're trying to say.
Ah, yes. Thank you, Jake. Thank you for the assist.
No wonder you guys don't talk in the bathroom.
KROQ, hello. What's up?
I actually transitioned last year from female to male, and the only thing I miss about being a woman is the bathrooms.
Oh.
The women's bathroom is the best place in the whole bar.
That's what Vanessa's saying.
It's like a pop-up friend circle that happens for one night only. You're spilling secrets, you're hugging, you're crying, and then you just fix each other's makeup. It's great.
All right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's a real thing. To then now you transition, now you miss the women's bathroom, and that's an environment that you're not going to be around anymore. I totally understand feeling sad about that.
that'd be annoying if you went through the process of transitioning just to get the better bathroom, but then you ended
Everything
up
went gender neutral, and you're like, damn it, now I have to share?
Yeah, that's the worst.
The men's bathroom is dirty. Oh, smells. The toilets are always clogged. No one washes their hands.
Oh.
And if you talk to anyone, everyone thinks you're a weirdo. I said hi to a guy one time. He pushed me against the wall, told me to shut the F up, and then threw up all over me, and then just walked out.
That's a men's room. That's a
That's how you become a real man.
That's a sign of respect.
That's an efficient operation. That's why there's no line right there. It's quick, okay? You understand? So we thank you for calling.
The only good thing about men's bathrooms is the drugs. But honestly, even that was better in the women's.
Whoa.
Okay, I agree. Listen, sometimes you...
I agree.
I agree, whatever that guy says. Josh on KROQ, hi.
Yeah, I used to work at a bar back in college, and on a Friday night or Saturday morning cleaning up after, the girls' restroom was always dirtier. All kinds of fluids everywhere. In the men's room, it's just pee. It's just pee.
Thank you. Well said.
But we're not talking about the dirtiness of the bathroom. We're talking about the vibe of the bathroom.
We're talking about the Latino party in the bathroom.
Vanessa was saying that she thinks the bar should be set up where 90% of the space is the bathroom and just 10% is the bar. So it's just one giant hang with mirrors.
That's a great idea. Just create a women's bar that's a bathroom.
Yeah, you're onto something. You're onto something. Have we solved any problems? No, we have not.
Look at this. Dude, we're in like Colorado.
It's cartoon time.
The following is best enjoyed on acid.
Kevin Klein live.
Yes, hi. I'm calling in reference to the casting I heard yesterday, the rude on Dawn. I think it was so rude yesterday. She was calling Dawn regarding red chili pepper hot tickets. I am so upset over this. I'm just about ready to scream. Why would they call her dumb like that so many times on the phone? That was not nice. And then I was just listening to your ad, but I guess that's your favorite word. It sounds like everything you come up with is dumb. Is that part of this radio station?
I'm sorry, is this a complaint or a compliment?
It's a complaint because I'm so upset. This poor girl's been trying and trying, and then, you got her hopes really up, and then all that other girl kept singing is Dawn is dumb.
Are you talking about the hold music?
No, I am talking about yesterday on the radio when you were talking to Dawn regarding some chili pepper tickets or something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but that's the hold music, and that's a service that provides us the hold music for when people go on hold.
Yeah.
So you understand that we don't pick that music. It was just coincidental that was her name and that the song said that she was dumb.
Wow.
I can transfer you if you don't mind. I can transfer you so you can make an official complaint if you'd like to.
Okay. Are they going to give her tickets, or because I'm going to try to come up with something to come up with a fund to get this poor girl tickets?
Or you can make your complaint officially once we transfer you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hold, please.
You're a dummy who's complaining on the radio, and you can't even pronounce the tickets that Dawn wanted. You dummy dum-dum.
Yeah, hello, complaint department.
Yeah, hi. I like that song. That was really nice. You just put everything together with your dumbness. Okay. I'm complaining now because you just called me a dummy, and because of the whole...
Whoa, hold on. Who called you a dummy?
You just did on your radio, on the hold music.
I didn't hear... Let me just listen 1 second, because I'm not hearing the whole...
same thing you did with Dawn.
Let me listen to the hold music. No, it's just Kenny G like always.
No, it's not. It was singing, you dummy. I'm not stupid. I'm a 60-year-old woman, and I can hear. Don't have... you guys are totally rude and obnoxious.
Well, hold on. Let me file that under the complaint department. Hold, please.
Sure.
I didn't think it was possible to find someone so dumb calling us to complain, but we can tell you to F off, because that's what we do. We do. You won't get any tickets.
You there?
Yeah, I'm there. I don't want tickets. I asked you a question, and who do I complain besides listening to you call me dumb?
I didn't call you dumb at all.
Yeah, okay, your radio station, your music that you don't hear, that you're being dumb is the one that's calling me dumb. So that's perfect.
Let me listen.
Yeah.
Let me listen. Hold on. If there's a complaint. I don't hear the word dumb. Are you talking about the saxophone there?
Yeah, I hear it. Yep, I hear that saxophone. Perfect. Okay, now who do I complain to besides you?
Oh, okay. You want to talk to my boss?
Yeah, he's probably going to call me dumb too because you don't really have a boss, right?
Well, no, I have a boss. Hold on 1 second. I'll transfer you.
You don't understand, do you, that we're even with you? And we're gonna call you dumb for a long time. You should hang up now.
The boss is not picking up his line.
I knew that, and I did record your message, so that's fine too. So you know that I did that because I'm really quite dumb, quite an idiot, quite stupid. Anything else?
Whoa, don't be so hard on yourself.
No, I won't be. That's fine. I will find out who to report this to, and we'll see who gets the last laugh. Thank you.
that hard. That's the word. Did Ali inspire you in any way? Right, 100% so good.
Grab your Adderall.
Osbourne no longer performs. He is officially done. He did his last live performance with Black Sabbath in Birmingham over the weekend. Birmingham, where he's from, where the band started in 1968. So almost 60 years of music and touring. One of the most famous heavy metal bands of all time. Ozzy Osbourne is 76, going on 140. He has looked 100 for the last 20 years, and I think we're all amazed he's even still alive. And I'm sure if you're listening to this, you're thinking, wow, Allie, good job mushing Ozzy Osbourne. You're probably going to be reporting on his death tomorrow. But imagine being one of the people in the audience of that final performance, knowing that you will have bragging rights for the rest of your life, seeing one of your favorites do it for the last time. And here's some of the performance. This is Ozzy Osbourne performing Paranoid.
God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club, oh mama.
His voice needs work. That is actually not Ozzy Osbourne. This is. Come on. Actually, what I'm about to play you is so much worse than anything I just played you. And yeah, it's just me and Vanessa today, so I'm sure some of the audio quality is partly on me, but most of the feed that I found was less than impressive. And I wonder if they didn't release like an actual good feed for a reason, because when you actually hear Ozzy Osbourne's vocals, you're like, geesh, you know, and he is sitting in a chair. I mean, the guy can't even really walk anymore. But at that point, like, think of, Vanessa, your favorite artist. Who is your favorite artist of all time?
Of all time? That is so hard.
And then think about the opportunity to see them for the last time, even though you know it's going to suck.
And they're going to be sitting down?
Well, you just know that they're not going to be at their best. Like, that's why I think about seeing a band before they really break, right? And they're good, but they need some work. And they need to find their groove. And then you're like, I saw them when they were still figuring it out. Just like people who are fans of this show. Like, I was a fan of you guys when you guys were just terrible. Which I think maybe we're still in that phase. But once you get good, you go, wow, I hung in there, you know?
I know. I would feel bad. I would just be like, I can't
like,
watch
watching this made me sad. I was like, God, why are they making him? What have you done? You know what I mean? But you also, at that point, it's just about the experience, saying that you got to see the last show. It's not even about the quality at that point. And all the footage that I saw was just the audience singing along with Ozzy Osbourne. And that's really what it was about. It was like, all right, let's all sing these hits together with Ozzy because he is about to pee his pants again. You know? So I guess it was heartfelt. All right, the whole TikTok conversation, it's become pretty exhausting. Is it staying? Is it going? They delayed the ban again. I think this time it's been banned till September. But ByteDance, the creator of TikTok, is now reportedly creating a separate version of TikTok just for users in the U.S. So this is obviously as they prepare to possibly sell the company. They still haven't been able to sell TikTok. And that's what I don't understand. I'm like, this is something that will make money. And there are many, many people who have said they're interested in buying it. And I don't know why it just goes down the road and never actually closes. But now it's enough fails for the company itself to decide, hey, let's just make our own U.S. version. But I guess the big question would be, is that going to be a completely separate app? Are you going to be able to keep the same handle? Are you going to be able to keep your following? Or are you going to have to grow a following again? Think of all the at-home cat videos you're going to have to make just to rebuild your
social following. I just feel like don't get rid of TikTok. It's so much. I'm a TikTok girl, okay? I love
but people
TikTok.
who are into TikTok are diehard TikTok.
Yes.
And they think that it's the most positive space on the internet.
The comment sections are so positive, and it's like we're all friends with strangers. If we make another social media platform, it's just going to be like, let's pretend what X was to Twitter. It's going to be like that.
Well,
and it's
yeah,
not going to be good.
I have a history of investing in all the wrong ones. Like when Threads came out, I was like, all right, I'm going to be in on Threads. We're going to do it.
We're
and
gonna
then
make money.
after like 2 weeks, I was like, nope, no one else is doing this. All right, I guess I'll abandon it. There was another one that was just about audio messages. I forget, it was called Clubhouse. It was like invite only, and you can do Clubhouse, and I got invited by Klein, and I was like, cool, I'm in the Clubhouse, you know, we're going to create little, like you can go into little chat rooms and just chat back and forth and talk to people, and then I was like, oh wait, this is lame, let's not do this anymore. So I guess one of these days I'll invest in one that actually pays off. All right, and then finally we have a new political party, at least according to Elon Musk. I guess, you know, takes balls and ego to start your own political party. And he has announced a new party called the America Party, which I kind of thought was the Republican Party. Isn't that the whole Make America Great Again? That's kind of where that whole party is headed. That's what they want to do, is make it great again. And it seems like there's enough differences, according to Elon Musk, to create his own party. So if you're following along at home, you've got the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, the Libertarian Party, the Green Party, the Constitution Party. There's also the Working Families Party, the Peace and Freedom Party, the American Solidarity Party, the Reform Party, the Independent or No Party Preference Party, and now the America Party. Now that is a party. All right, if you've been waiting, get your fingers ready to dial. 21 Pilots tickets are coming up in a little bit, so you get rewarded for hanging out with us here on KROQ. It's Klein Alley Show.
Yeah, Tyler.
I just wanted you to know that caller number 20 is going to win tickets.
Let's get 20 callers in.
Hey, in case people don't know who we are, we're 21 Pilots.
Winning tickets to their show at BMO Stadium and the chance to see them again in Tampa, Florida. 800-520-1067.
KROQ 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right. According to 818, listening to you fumble through the show is reward enough. If you do not agree with 818, now is the time to call. It's the KROQ Road Trip USA. See 21 Pilots in Tampa. Call now. 800-520-1067. And we've got more show after this.
long I've been waiting. Girl, you know I've been anticipating for the day you'd come my way. Now you're here and I got to say, you're my adrenaline, you're my fire. Girl, you make me wanna reach up higher. No star is too far. Spread your wings as we reach up for the sky. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
I see the lightning, feel the thunder. Girl, it's time for us to go down under. I've got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories.
Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. I got a shoulder you can lean on. When times get bad, don't be sad. Right here by your side. Yeah, yeah. So hard to find.
When you get it, got to hold on tight.
I got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
Overrated. It's Klein Alley Show. It's KROQ. Klein's not here. He is one of the biggest fans of sex that I've ever met in my life. I don't ever want to think about him sexually, but it's something that is on his mind all the time. Hey, it's Postmaster Johnny. He actually came in. Look at that. It's been Allie and Vanessa show today. Klein's not here. Jake the Nerd is not here. I think he's getting ass surgery or something. DJ Omar Khan, I think he's extending his vacation with his family. Postmaster Johnny was dealing with some roommate drama, having to vacate the premises of his apartment on very short notice. But the reason I bring up sex is because we were talking about how people are having less and less sex, especially Gen Z. There was a new study that came out talking about how people are having less sex than ever. So Jake the Nerd hit the streets to find out exactly why this was and to see if drunk people could come up with a solution.
The Klein Alley Show on KROQ.
KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Sex is a great motivator. Sex and food, big motivators. But sex, not so much anymore. Listen to this. Allie reported on this earlier in the week, and we hit the streets to find out if people have the solution or at least have theories as to why this is.
Well, they're saying that the number for especially young people, men, they are not having, like, the age that they're having sex at and losing their virginity is getting higher. Mm-hmm. So people in their 20s and even early 30s are not even having sex for the first time.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that people are living home longer now. They got to move. They don't have their own spot.
Right. Everything just starts later.
Right.
Sexlessness has doubled across all measures for the last 10 years.
That's a terrible stat. Sexlessness has doubled among all different demographics.
And for women, it's risen by 50%. And that the number of people who have not had sex in a year or more has grown. So in a way, Jake is a trendsetter.
Jake, trendsetter.
Thank you.
He hit the streets with a microphone to figure out if anyone has the solution, or at least has theories as to why this is. And, of course, he found no shortage of people willing to talk about it. This is Street Science with Jake the Nerd.
Hey, Bar Buddy Bob.
And, of course, he starts with the one guy that he knows gets laid even less than him, his buddy, Bar Buddy Bob, who apparently is a regular.
You don't know Bar Buddy Bob. Maybe he slays.
We talked to him for about 3 minutes one time on the show, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't slay.
Hey, Bar Buddy Bob.
Yo, what is shaking, my man?
So, there's been a new U.S. study saying that people in America are having way less sex than they used to. Why do you think that is?
Well, I'm having the same amount of not having sex that I always was, but I think for other people, maybe because we're all becoming assholes. Assholes don't get laid.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting theory.
I think that is a very good theory.
Yeah.
I think people are just becoming more unlikable, and we're all, in our own worlds, digital, social media, and when we do have a true connection, it's more and more rare.
Everyone is more agitated and irritated as a result. People are not as free feeling. It's so hard to disconnect now, so maybe you're just not out there just living life. Bar Buddy Bob, not getting laid, but actually makes some good points. Then there's this person.
So there's a new U.S. study saying that Americans are having less sex than ever before. Why do you think that is?
Because people are being so picky, and that's the crazy part. You're ugly, but you're skinny. So that's the crazy thing. It's just you expect us to be a beauty standard, but you're not that beauty standard. So I think that's the crazy part.
People have unrealistic expectations, and then there's so many people that are doing this motivational crap of don't settle, don't settle. I think that's very important. People are out there saying you got to settle. Sometimes you just got to settle.
Yes, settling is great.
Remember we had that whatever that app was where you typed in what you thought you wanted, and it was like a guy who's 6 feet, who makes over $200,000 a year and has a full head of hair, and they're like, there's less than 0.0001% chance you're ever going to find this person.
And a lot of guys, they have expectations of, I want a younger woman, I want a woman who looks like this, and then that standard doesn't change as they get older. So then as women get older, there's less and less likelihood that guys want to date them, which isn't fair. And then you look at guys like Johnny who have very specific expectations, right? Like he's like, I'll only date someone 2 months older than me.
Right. He's got a very small window.
Yeah, and it's like, well, okay, there's not a lot of people that fit into that window.
He's like, she's hot, she's my age, but she was born in February. My cutoff is January.
Too
I'm
bad.
Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, listen to this guy's got more. He cooks.
And we all need to look at ourselves in the mirror and be like, this is what I look like, and I need to expect this when I'm looking for a hookup. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what this guy's saying. We should all be a little bit more real with ourselves.
I'm going to be sexless.
He's going to be sexless. Good edit right there. That poor man is going to be sexless
I
now.
love that you tried to sound like him.
Sex. I'm going to be sex. Poor man is going to be sexless now.
Shout out Con Alley Show on radio. Purr. Yes. On KROQ. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
What's your name?
My name? Yeah. Like my government or like my nickname?
Whatever you want.
See, this is the problem. I think this may be the problem right here.
I'm trying to flirt with you. Help me.
He couldn't even answer the question, what is your name? And I think that is a tough time. People have a hard time even interacting with each other. So you meet in public, you meet in real life, and people are so shocked to even have a communication with another person that I think that even just something as simple as what is your name really tripped this guy up.
Smooth from where?
Santa Maria.
Smooth. There's been a new U.S. study saying that people in America are having way less sex than they used to. What do you think that is?
It's all the that they put in everything. It's the, I would say what? Starbucks?
His theory is it's the Starbucks, Sally. That's why.
The MSG, was it?
It's the MSG and the Starbucks.
No, none of that is right.
That is why this guy Smooth is not getting laid. Now, meanwhile, his drunk girlfriend has a theory as well.
I want to say you guys are not ready for it. All I want to say is
why do you think that is?
No, what do I think that is? Because at the end of the day, the government's so corrupt that you guys would never understand how far we go to act or to work so hard for us. You know what I mean?
No, I know nothing of what you're saying.
She thinks she's making a great smart point right now.
They are a great couple.
They're perfect together. They're probably having. I hope they don't never make babies, but
like
still,
someone just gets me.
Like
what the government
is she
back in the day.
The question is, why are we having less sex than ever before? And this is her answer.
Or to work so hard for us. You know what I mean?
So what's that have to do with people having less sex?
I mean, like says, I'd rather take that than not make my money.
What?
She's right, I guess.
Is she saying that she would rather be working and making money than having sex?
I don't know what she's saying.
What's your name?
Ryder.
Ryder, there's been a new U.S. study saying that people in America are having way less sex than usual. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because people are spending too much time online and not getting out in the world, or are too shy to meet people. As someone who is chronically online, but like force myself out of my comfort zone to meet someone, like it's a hard thing, but it's like it's necessary.
There you have it. Just some theories. That's street science right there.
Yeah,
Ali.
she's talking crazy. It's the MSG.
It's the MSG and the Starbucks. Clearly, we know that was the best answer we got.
Sun's out, dumb's out. Klein, Ali, Joe. Now live till 11. All summer long on KROQ.
You know, it's funny you mention how everybody universally loves breasts, because even straight women love to look at and compliment or comment on each other's breasts. And I saw that firsthand over the weekend. I did like a friend spa day thing for my birthday. It's what everybody said they wanted. And I was like, we could do all these other things that are more affordable. And they were like, nope, we want to do a spa day. So
what does that mean? You went to a hotel?
Yeah, it's like one of those things where you go to the hotel and then you buy a treatment and then they let
you
you
use
have
the whole facilities?
Yeah, you can use the sauna, the steam room, the cold plunge. I did my
Wait,
first.
was this for your birthday?
Yes.
And you did what everybody else wanted to do?
Yeah, because I didn't want to.
Allie's a sucker. Grade A sucker.
Man, Allie, you gotta
Grade A
start
sucker.
kind of like putting yourself first in these situations.
No, I don't need to do
Nope,
that.
she won't do that. She should do that because also it's like a big birthday for you, milestone birthday for you.
And I don't want to be like, this is what we're doing, and then people don't
Why
want to
not?
do it, because I want
Well,
everyone
if people
to
don't
enjoy
want to do
themselves.
it, then that's fine. They don't have to join you, but you should do what you enjoy doing.
I'm too afraid no one will show up, Omar.
Man,
That's so sad.
That's crazy.
That is so sad. I mean, really, it is that you have to do something to try to just get people to go there.
I can't have fun knowing that other people didn't want to do that thing.
Because
I want
you know
to
how
make
much
sure
you know
everybody
how
wants
much you
to do
resent it, right? You know how angry you are when you're at something, even if it's celebrating a friend, because it was this huge inconvenience financially or otherwise.
But then you're not having a good time.
No. I
You're
wanted
getting
to do it. I presented a few options. I said, we could do so. I forget what the other options were now, but they all said we want to do the spa day option. That's all what we want. And I was like, great. So I have no problem doing it.
Okay.
It was just expensive. It happened to be a place where it's like a lot for one treatment. But anyway, we get into the locker room area, and I kind of realized when we get in there, I'm like, whoa, some of these people have been my friends for decades, and I've never seen them naked.
Right.
And now I'm in a situation where we are all in the same locker room with friends and family members, and we're all about to get naked. What are we going to do?
Anywhere to hide, or was it one of those kind of big, everyone's kind of changing in the same exact spot?
Yeah, the locker rooms were all in the same spot. I mean, you could, if you wanted to go to a bathroom or to a shower, but then you're the weird person who's leaving to change.
Was your hot sister there?
No, I don't.
Oh, man.
I didn't get a look at those.
Total letdown. I already lost interest in the story, to be honest. Checked
my
out.
hot cousin with beautiful implants, she was there.
Good.
So anyway,
Coco?
Yes, thank
Coco.
you, that's right.
Shout out
Omar.
Coco.
So we decide we're going to go in the sauna first, then the steam room, then we're going to go into the pool. It was going to be like a round robin.
No
that we just kept doing.
bathing suits, just like towels.
So I was like, my options are I could just do the robe with nakedness underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Then I could go swimsuit, but then I'm getting all sweaty in my swimsuit. Or I could go towel with nothing. So everybody kind of made their own choices, and more people went full nude than I thought were going to.
Huh.
So we all get in the sauna, and some people were covered up with towels, and other people were out with the towels. And I was like, okay, we're all friends here, and we're all just boobs out. Then because everyone's friends and chatty, everyone starts complimenting each other's boobs. I was covered in the towel.
Did everyone say, Allie, will you wear my towel as well? Like, did they layer you up with their towels?
Threw them at me like guys in a locker room.
Allie looked like she was like,
cover up your face.
A coat rack. I think that pile of towels over there is celebrating a birthday today.
So they were like, oh, so-and-so, your breasts are, your boobs look so good, and I can't believe they're still so perky now. And then my friend's like, yeah, I always used to do the pencil test, and I always didn't want a pencil to be able to fit under them, because then I knew they were still perky, and they were like, well, they just look so good, and your nipples are so perfect. And I was like, hey, you know what? All right, I'm going to whip mine out.
Oh,
so
everyone's
I
lowered
the towel.
Everyone's getting all free. Everyone's getting all free with the comments. I was like, ooh, compliments coming this way. Here we go.
Towel's boobs are out.
That pile of towels a lady. Who knew?
So I decided to lower, and then the conversation completely pivoted when I put them out. And I was like, are they trying to move away from my boobs on purpose? Because everyone was in a compliment off with the boobs.
Did you do that annoying thing you do where you're like,
So anyway, they're all here. The ladies
hello
are here. And then when we got out, it was, okay, now you have to do the switch for the towel to the robe.
Right.
And then I saw some lower parts as well.
Oh, here we go.
And I got a little nervous, so I was like, oh man, I don't think I shaved. So I went into the shower,
You got
and
crabs, too?
they have like one of those blue disposable razor things, and I was like, I got to do a quick rundown.
Those razors, the ones that they have, they're always like the biggest trash razors. They're like barely one blade.
And it's a nice spa. Everything else is like super nice quality.
They know if they had good razors, people would steal them, so they just cheap out on them. They don't even want you to use them when they put them out there.
And I didn't want to be gone too long because I didn't want people to be like, what is she doing? We're all going into the steam room now.
Right.
So I just went in and did a really
going through the bush of the Madagascar.
I need a chainsaw.
Shut up! Luckily, the drain had big holes, all right?
Oh, God.
I just did a really quick rundown, up and down, and then I got out of the shower.
You did an emergency shave session on yourself because you were feeling self-conscious that if everyone was going bottoms free, you were going to look unkempt.
Yeah.
Like a hobo.
And I don't want the birthday girl to look like a bushy mess.
Were you like how much bush was there? Or because is everybody hardwood floors nowadays?
I think yes, Omar.
Really?
I was looking at it. Everybody's hardwood floors. Everyone's completely bare.
Okay.
And I choose to go the different route.
El natural, yeah.
Not completely al natural, but not complete. I think personally that it's weird to be completely like 12-year-old status.
I always like that warehouse carpet emporium where they just talk about how they have carpet for miles.
It's just a little shag,
right?
Just
I get
a little
it.
something.
Hey, you do you.
Little hair tousle.
It's your choice.
So I shave everything. I get out of the shower. I towel off, and then I'm about to put my robe on, and I turn around, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this towel has blood all over it. That's disgusting."
Oh my God, dude,
you are.
And then you gonna throw up? I happen to be a great environment for crabs. Not anymore. And I go, man, I can't believe I just dried myself off with a bloody towel.
Yeah, what kind of monster? What kind of monster would bleed all over this towel in the spa?
I look at the towel, and then I look down at myself, and I go, oh my God, what have I done with this disposable razor? This was a horrible idea. So then I'm like, I have no choice but to keep dabbing. And then I eventually lotion myself up to the point where I'm now stinging. And then I go into a steam room where it's all exacerbated, and then I just was uncomfortable for the rest of the day.
Happy birthday.
You really are something. I mean, I get it. I know what your plan was, but was that as relaxing?
Hey, this towel looked hot.
Oh, God. You should have gone back to that. That was the highlight of your day was you were in a pile of towels in the steam room.
Well, I had a male masseuse, and he was very happy to see me.
Oh, I'm sure. Poor guy probably cut his hands off afterwards.
He was gay.
Afterwards?
Afterwards.
That turned him gay?
The worst thing to break down, if you have the luxury of even having it in the first place, is the dishwasher. I mean, it is just...
What's wrong with your wife?
Hey.
Women be shopping. So the dishwasher has been broken in our home this is day 7.
But you have 2 dishwashers at your place.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, she be shopping.
You're back in the kitchen, am I right? Boo! I was waiting.
Something that started on this show as a conversation about a month ago is now about to pay off.
And I want to know how tiny these are going to be because this isn't
God.
really.
Oh my God!
Really? Oh my God! I hate this. That is amazing.
We got ourselves the official Klein Alley show, Vanessa Tiny Towel.
Vanessa, you will love
I think Vanessa's going to be in love with that.
Please look at your first ever. Vanessa, what would you like to say to anyone who uses this towel?
Please be responsible. Just use it to dry your body. That's all I'm asking for, you freaking creeps. That's all I'm asking for.
All right.
What's the lesbians' national anthem?
I'll take this one. This is my guess as to what is the lesbian national anthem.
Oh, man. I get a lot of feelings as soon as this plays. Long time, wait by the light on the moon.
Yeah, just the Home Depot theme song.
That's the one right there. I agree. Stand
What
up.
about this one?
Put your hand on your... You're a pink pony girl. No, I don't think so. A lot of debate will rage on in the history of potheads weed enthusiasts about what is the greatest munchie ever, from Flaming Hot Cheetos to Pop-Tarts. But in your opinion, Cheech, what is the GOAT munchie?
Oh, the GOAT munchie. I like popcorn myself.
Well, I think because they've really expanded popcorn at this point.
Yeah,
they put so many things in it.
You can have, candy-colored popcorn or covered or all kinds.
Yeah, you're not
I
talking
like
about
popcorn.
Skinny Pop. You're talking about the good stuff. It's like
No,
chocolate
the
coated.
good stuff.
Right.
Yeah, big fat popcorn.
Fat popcorn. I love that. Let's make that brand.
Fat popcorn.
Move over Skinny Pop. We've got fat
We got
popcorn.
fat corn.
All right, Johnny, what don't invertebrates have? This guy says you will not know. You're playing with a child.
Is invertebrate like a race?
Whoa.
Nationality?
I love how you're saying it low volume, just to make sure you don't offend anyone.
Well, because I don't like...
Can we call them invertebrates?
Yeah, is it okay? Is it PC to call it invertebrate?
I don't want to offend anybody.
Just call it the I word? What do we say here?
So is it a people or is it a thing?
Johnny, what don't invertebrates
Don't
have?
call them things.
These are things. Are theys? Sorry, I don't know.
Way to be PC.
Sorry. So it's not a person, I guess.
LGBTI.
Invertebrate.
Johnny, there's something that invertebrates don't have.
So it's a body part.
I didn't say anything. I'm just saying the question.
Let's say bones. I don't like the word bones, but let's say bones, though. I'm going to go with bones.
You have a feeling about the word bones?
Yeah, because he said what they don't have. And I know jellyfish, they just jellyfish. There's no skull or
Jellyfish,
structure.
they just jellyfish. I don't know how we somehow stumbled into the right answer, but specifically it's spine, so I can't accept this as
But that's a skull.
But
That's
you got close, and the spine
It
is
was
not a
as
skull.
right as Johnny was going to get.
Yeah, for Johnny that counts as right, but it's still not right. So Johnny, it's still not right. You're still
Aiden,
wrong.
you're in the running.
Aiden, hold on. You have a chance to win, even though you're 12.
When we asked him, do you agree that your little person material is getting a little old? He said,
Brad is hooked up to the lie detector test. It's Lie Day Friday at KROQ.
when we asked him, do you agree that your little person material is getting a little old? He said yes, and that was true.
All right.
I've been in comedy 20 years, guys.
All right.
It's a lot.
I'm all out.
At least Brad agrees that the little person material is getting a little old.
I've had 2 albums. I've had 4 specials. That's 6 hours if I could take a bath in a thimble. You just kind of get tired of it.
How many more albums can Brad fit into a baby stroller for the cover of? Not that many more, right?
Penis vagina. Penis vagina. Penis poop pee trailer. Hoopa. Hoopa. Hoopa.
grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
That's right. We're back at it on KROQ here, Klein Alley Show. You're probably wondering why just the lesbian is talking. Believe me, I will fill you in. But first, I will fill you in on what you missed over the weekend and over the break. One thing that I love about 4th of July is waking up in the morning and knowing that Joey Jaws Chestnut has already won the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Championship. I don't think I've ever once watched it live. I've talked to him every year that it's happened, that I've been on the radio. We talked to him before the break. It was his big return after being banned from the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Championship the year before. And, of course, he won in his big return, and he won by a lot. And I believe the over-under when we were talking to him was 71 hot dogs. And when we talked to him, he said he was a little worried about the heat, that it was going to be a factor. And it seems it did affect him. He ate less than that. I think it was 70.5 was the official tally. Here is the inspiring moment where he was declared the winner. And if you want poetry, you just have to listen to this. You want to turn the
my bad.
There you go, Vanessa. Vanessa's in here with me.
But here he stands, quiet of talking, still of motion, content of wearing, shy of a god perhaps, but more than a man.
Well said.
With 70.5 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes, the Nathan's Famous 4th of July champion of the world, Joey Chestnut!
Gives you chills, doesn't it? Now, there was also a controversy, and it didn't have to do with the men's division, but the women's division. One of the women who she was in the finals for the women's, and she was disqualified for experiencing urges contrary to swallowing after the contest, which I guess is code for she threw up. I would imagine that most people probably want to throw up after eating that many hot dogs. But then I was looking at the women's scores. And if you think about Joey Jaws Chestnut eating 70.5 hot dogs, right? That's like an okay year for him. For the women's, the number one, Mickey Sudo, got 33 hot dogs in 10 minutes. And then it goes down to 22 and 13, 21, blah, blah, blah. And the person who ate the least ate 6 hot dogs. 6 hot dogs in 10 minutes, which I was like, dude.
That is a lot of hot dogs.
No, I think that is totally doable.
I don't know.
I was like, 6 hot dogs in 10 minutes. You're not anything. That's just lunch at that point.
6 hot dogs, I see that as 3 and 3. I'm pulling a Johnny, which I feel like 3 hot dogs feels like a right amount of meal.
Yeah, but
double the meal.
You have to think about when they're eating them. They're usually eating 2 at a time in their mouth. So you only have to do that 3 times, and then you have to eat the buns. I feel like I could eat 6 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
All right,
I don't want to try.
No one is here because they would make you want to try this.
Exactly. All right, we talked about it before the break. There was controversy leading up to it. Then it happened. Now there's controversy in the aftermath, and I'm of course talking about the Bezos wedding. Leading up to the $11 million wedding, there were protests from the people of Venice saying this douchebag is taking over our city. He's polluting the water with his giant super yacht. Then there were the multi-million-dollar jets that were being taken by the celebrities to get into Venice for the wedding. And now that the wedding has come and gone, there's controversy about the wedding pictures. Mainly how insanely photoshopped they are, which, if you've been married or had any big event where pictures are taken, you know that there's airbrushing involved. You're not going to show anyone the real you. We all know this. That would be absurd. And I'm sure it's no different for rich people. But in some of the pictures, wedding guests don't have fingers. Chairs don't have all their legs. Lauren Sanchez's dress has buttons on some places, and then those buttons are gone in other pictures. And there's a random safety pin sticking out of her body in one of the photos, which insinuates that they took a previous dress photo and then they just slapped it onto the wedding day ones. And again, yeah, who cares really? But when you're one of the richest people in the world and you run a company where you have your own AI software, you would think that you would be better about your AI photoshopping. And also, if you're that rich, I think that the ultimate flex is not photoshopping or airbrushing anything. If you are that rich, you've paid for the best backdrop. You've got the best makeup. You've got the best dress. Why don't you leave the photoshopping to us uggos? Because you're the one that can afford real life, not us.
I agree.
And then finally, if you were in a pool over the last week or weekend, maybe a lake or an ocean, I made my way into all those things and more over the break, and you better believe I made a point to pee in every single one of those bodies of water. And according to a new survey, I am not alone. Most Americans are guilty of peeing in the ocean, and I'm talking about 70% of people. So they believe that of the 70.2 million people that were traveling and going into beaches over the weekend, that 70% of those people went number one in the ocean. And to this I say, why only 70%? Why is it not 90, 95, 100%? I understand in a pool, okay, maybe you don't feel that brave. You got other people that are close around you. In a lake, sure, it's just standing water. That pee is just going to sit there. But in a river or an ocean, I think that peeing will make it cleaner at that point. And the pee goes away pretty quickly. I don't understand why anybody would be like, I need to get out of this ocean and go find the most disgusting bathroom, the beach bathroom, to go number one in. It seems absolutely ridiculous to me. All right, that's your ADD news. We're going to play a song. We're going to get into the top of the hour, tell you everything that's going on, why people are here, why other people are not here. And we're going to be with you throughout the summer hours. We're going on until 11 a.m. So stick with us. It's KROQ. It's Klein Alley Show.
Trip USA. Wake up, you need to win tickets.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah, Tyler.
I just wanted you to know that caller number 20 is going to win tickets.
Let's get 20 callers in.
Hey, in case people don't know who we are, we're 21 Pilots.
Win tickets to their show at BMO Stadium and the chance to see them again in Tampa, Florida. 800-520-1067.
KROQ.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, you heard it, but I'll give it to you again. Call now, 800-520-1067. If you want to see 21 Pilots, this is part of our KROQ Road Trip USA. You win tickets to their show at BMO Stadium, which is happening October 26th, and you'll be put on the standby boarding list for a shot to see them again in Tampa. Call now!
Why do all the monsters?
KROQ Klein Alley Show. Klein is out today. DJ Omar Khan is out today. Jake the Nerd is out today. Johnny, Postmaster Johnny arrived late, but he's here. So there we go. Hey, Postmaster.
It's popping.
Allie and Vanessa are in the studio with you,
Hello.
and thank you for putting up with us. Klein is not here today because he had the death of a very close friend of his, which he will fill us in on. Very sad stuff. He had, I think, a really tough break, and he's taken a couple of days as he needs it. But let's give you some tickets for listening to our live show this morning, and I'll go to Los Alamitos. Who's this?
Stephanie.
Stephanie, you are going to see 21 Pilots at BMO Stadium.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
And you will be put
excited.
on the standby boarding list to see them again in Tampa as part of KROQ's road trip. Congratulations.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm so excited.
What would you give today's show on a rating from 1 to 10?
10. I listen to you guys all the time in the morning. It's awesome. Gives me lots of energy.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Thanks for lying to our faces. All right, hold on a second, Johnny. I'll get your information. Speaking of prizes, I think one of the biggest prizes in America and beyond right now is the Labubu doll. We have talked about this. We talked to people on the streets about it, trying to figure out what is the big craze about these stupid dolls. I don't get it. I've never really been into any of that crap with Beanie Babies or any of it. And there's also Monchichis. Now we're moving on to Labubus. Klein actually had a whole issue with his daughter stealing the Labubu of another kid at their summer camp. But, I mean, it has been a huge thing. People are stealing Labubus. People are ripping them off of other people, following each other, spending hundreds of dollars.
Police are searching for thieves who broke into a small mom-and-pop store in Orange County, stealing rare collectibles and the very popular and hard-to-find Labubu dolls.
A makeup store in Orange County is sharing video of a break-in on social media. They believe they were targeted by burglars looking for Labubu dolls.
People are stealing them. People are threatening others. They're robbing people.
And since we've been talking about Labubus, that seems like a problematic gong at the end of that. That was much better. There was a listener who piped up and said, hey, I can get my hands on some Labubu dolls. And it looks like over the break we received a package. Now, I've never seen one of these in person, but I believe this is from Pop Mart, so it seems that they are legit Labubu dolls, and this is a bit of an unboxing. I think I'm decreasing the value just by opening this thing. But
And remember, we're on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on YouTube, and as you can see by my outfit and makeup choices, I did not know we were doing a live stream today. So if you want to give yourself a bit of an eyesore, you can check out the live stream Klein Alley Show. Damn, there's a lot of packaging with this. All right, here we go.
Right.
If you want to look on the live stream, this is the first Labubu doll. We've got 3 of these. I guess they're all the same. I feel absolutely nothing looking at this, but apparently this makes people go crazy. So what would you do for this Labubu? I am actually really curious to see what people would do or how much people would actually offer for this Labubu doll that I'm holding right now that I've done nothing to acquire. So if you are interested in winning a Labubu doll, I think Klein would probably just give this thing away for free, but I am El Cheapo, so how much money you want to give me? I got 3 of these things, and I've got the rest of the show in summer hours to sift through all the offers. So I'm going to start with $100 OBO, okay?
What's OBO?
OBO?
No, I don't know.
Or best offer?
Okay.
Come on, are you not a negotiator?
Never. I'm like, $5. Okay.
Oh, my God. All right. I don't know what we've done, but thank you to this listener for sending us these. I don't know what we did to deserve this, but apparently I am holding one of the hottest commodities in town right now. All right. We've got more live show coming up, and we've got, I think, more stuff to give you. I know we got a new shipment of tiny towels over the break, and I think we still got a couple of cans of Jake Shack beans, so stick around. More Klein Alley Shows next.
KROQ Road Trip USA. Your favorite KROQ bands and destinations all across the country. Stop 1. Ride a roller coaster at Busch Gardens. Make friends with an alligator. Fall in love with a Cuban sandwich when you see 21 Pilots in Tampa, Florida. Qualify all week and you'll instantly win tickets to their show at BMO Stadium October 26th.
We're 21 Pilots and we don't approve of that.
Yeah, but KROQ does. Then you could be off to Florida for round 2.
I didn't understand the thing you said.
Because nothing says summer like music, humidity, pirate parades, and a lizard watching you eat lunch. Courtesy of Live Nation and Atlantic Records.
The world famous KROQ.
given a bit of a proposition, or at least a situation that needed solving. Now, for my trip, we are all flying to Vegas, meeting there, staying in a hotel for a night, and then we're meeting in the lobby at 4 a.m. to take some kind of a bus to a train to a plane to the canyon.
Allie is doing some sort of a weird hiking survival week. Sounds like the kind of thing you would do to a kid that had a drug problem, where you got to put him on a scared straight week to live in the wilderness.
It's a rafting trip through the Grand Canyon for a week. We're covering 288 miles. People say it's a dream, life-changing experience.
Right. And the only good part of the trip, from when you've explained this to me, is that you get to go to Vegas. And the whole thing, even this part is terrible. They don't go to a good, fun Vegas hotel. They go to one of those like off the strip, no casino hotels. And then they have to wake up at 2 a.m. or something like that and go on a bus to take them to the
Yeah, so I actually have to get up just as early as I normally do for work.
Like when Allie started explaining this trip to me, she goes, "It starts in Vegas." I go, "Wow, you got me. I'm already in. What a great trip."
I'm like, but I have to go to bed at 7.
Don't worry. We're at the Marriott, not on the Strip. And there's nothing fun to do at it. And we're
I heard the Venetian's close.
Yeah. All right. So
I also got an email from the hotel this morning and said, "We look forward to welcoming you to the exciting city of Las Vegas. We wanted to share that we are having a little work done."
Oh, the hotel is great.
We are in the midst of a transformation, including the new great room, restaurant, bar, and marketplace.
Hi, I'm the hotel. That sounds like a terrible situation.
The new great room.
Yeah, so you now...
So all of us are staying in this hotel, and when we booked the trip, most of us booked a room. Now, and everybody on the trip that I had known of were all women. So there was 5 of us, all women. Now, there's a straight guy, that has been added to the trip kind of last minute. Just a couple weeks ago, we learned that this other guy was able to come.
Is this like a woman's empowerment trip or something?
No. It just happened to be women in this friend circle that are going.
Right.
Now, this guy has a wife and a child, young child, but he's going by himself. Now, he went to go reserve a hotel room, and there was nothing available. The hotel was sold out. So now the question
Vegas.
is...
There's a billion hotels there.
Yeah, but he wants to stay in the hotel where we all have to meet in the lobby at 4 a.m. To stay at another hotel is kind of inconvenient. But I did present that as an option. Why not stay in another hotel? Instead, the option that was presented was, hey, Brian needs a place to stay. Who's willing to have Brian in their room? And I was like, well, he should just get his own room, right? I mean, there are... Of the 5 women, 2 of them are gay.
2 of the women are gay.
Yeah, me and 1 other.
So you guys can share a room or can't share a room?
So I pitched, I'd probably be one of the best people to share a room because nothing's going to happen.
Oh, I got it. This is why it's interesting, because now you've got a married guy, and if you look at this on paper, it seems fishy. Guy spends night in Vegas hotel room with woman who's not white. But if Allie, the unattractive lesbian, is the option, then all of a sudden it becomes a lot more palatable.
Excuse me, there's another unattractive lesbian he can pick from too. No, I don't know what she looks like. But I offered up my room because not only do I have a 2-queen bed situation.
You want him to split the cost.
Well, that's a possibility.
Right, of course. I know why, Allie. Let's be honest.
It's only one night. If I get control of the TV and I get to control the bedtime, then I'm willing to let him stay in my room.
What's the bed situation? 2 beds or 1?
I just said 2 queens.
2 queens.
I have 2 queens. But then one of the other people on the trip offered to have him bunk up with her. And she is straight and single. And they've known each other for a long time as friends. But they all kind of know each other, including the wife. And I'm wondering why this is the situation that suddenly is happening, to the point where they said, hey, I'm going to share with Brian, but I only have a king. Can we swap rooms so that we can have the double queen room?
Oh, so interesting. So rather than stay with you in the room you have set, which is a room that already has 2 beds, and you're a gay lady and he's a straight man, and there's zero sexual chemistry.
Easy situation.
He's asking to avoid staying with you if you can swap over, take the king bedroom by yourself, and then he'll move into the room with 2 beds, but with the straight woman.
Straight single woman.
And
this involves me calling the hotel and adding them to my reservation so that they can check into my hotel room and I can check into theirs.
Maybe they have a relationship that's full of trust, and the wife completely trusts him and has no problem with him staying in a room with another straight woman.
Yes, but think about if you had this situation. What would be okay
Well, there's not one part of this situation that applies to my relationship. I wouldn't be staying at this hotel you're at. I wouldn't be going on this stupid rafting trip.
Okay,
I
but
mean, nothing I would
if
be
there
doing
was
here.
a situation where, well, Klein doesn't have a place to stay, here are the options.
Right.
Would your wife be okay with you staying with a single straight woman, regardless of how long you've been friends with that person, that nothing's happened?
I think that she would have an issue. I feel like it would definitely lead to
Lots of conversations, right?
It would lead to at least a conversation. And would I be thrilled with her? I mean, let me think about this. Would I be thrilled with her staying? Because she used to travel a lot of times, and she, she's in fashion, so most of the guys are super gay, so it was never really a concern of mine. She was like, I'm going to stay with Chow or something. I was like, great, stay with Chow.
Yeah.
I don't care. It doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah, but you never know if there's a random situation where I've talked to plenty of gay guys that have hooked up with women on trips.
You have?
Yeah.
Well, then they're not gay guys.
Well, anything can happen, especially in a place like Vegas. You never know. Not to shake your trust, sorry.
But
I'm sure everything's fine.
aren't you all loading up and ready to hit the river with your crap cans and your personal toilet? It's like there's nothing sexy about this. Nothing about
Yeah, but the first night is. 949 said these two are planning to F for sure.
Well, maybe they are.
Why are they going through such effort to make sure that they're the ones staying with each other? Isn't that a little... is out. I believe more people will be in tomorrow, but not full cylinders until a little later this week. So thanks for hanging in with us. In the meantime, on Mondays we do Don't Be a Dick often, try and rid the world of dicks, one dick at a time. And I believe this one that we're about to play here on Klein Alley Show is when we were talking about couples, because there are many couples out there who can be dickish. And Vanessa, I'm sure as a single person, you understand this.
I don't want to be a hater of couples, but I could be a hater of couples.
Yeah, I mean, we can. It's much easier to hate couples and happy people than single people or miserable people. Am I right? So let's get into it. There were a lot of great submissions on this one for Klein Alley Show's Don't Be a Dick Couple.
The Klein Alley Show on KROQ.
Question we have for you right society now is which couple out there is the biggest dick couple? I mean, we use the word dick. We're not meaning it in the way that Pee Wee Herman would use it. We're meaning it more in this couple. Maybe
in that case, do be a dick.
Yeah, maybe you like them. Maybe they're a fine couple. You hang out with them, but there's something about that couple that just they fit into a couple that is, society could do better without. And there's some clear ones coming through already on the text line. We'll get to your calls as well. Our favorite nominee. We will invite you to join us this Friday with some lift tickets.
818 wanted to nominate right out the gate the couple that walks way too slowly together.
Oh.
Whether it's at a grocery store or on a sidewalk, they are so oblivious to the fact that they're blocking everyone from getting by, but they don't care because they're so in love.
Hey, Sophia, it is officially the most romantic time of the year, only 2 weeks and a few days away from Valentine's Day. It's all about them couples. Which couple would you like to nominate right out of the gate as biggest dick?
All right, here goes to Maria and Dan.
Well, you don't have to give specific. You have to give specific names.
You suck!
But what did Maria and Dan do that you think make them a terrible couple?
Okay, so I didn't mean to do that. Okay, when me and Maria, we make plans, and without any notice, she brings along her boyfriend.
The invite without asking.
Well,
I don't like that either.
It's the couple that can't do anything separate. So even if it's clearly an event where it would not be a couple event, it's always the one couple that for whatever reason shows up together.
But they don't say anything in advance, like that the boyfriend's going to be there.
Right, and it was probably pretty clear. Like she was thinking, girls' night, we'll get drinks. And they're like, oh, there's Dan.
And let me
Thanks,
guess,
Maria.
Dan's boring.
Yes.
Okay, great. We got it. Yeah, that's
like
an
if Dan
interesting-
was cool, then they wouldn't say anything about it.
Yeah, I know a couple like this. I think they finally broke up, but it became almost a joke that it didn't matter. We almost would set up the events to go, let's see how far we can push this to see if she still comes with him. So we'd be like, if we set up golf, she couldn't possibly show up. There's only 4 people in the group. So we'd say golf, and then she'd show up.
What?
And we're
Would she
"What?"
play?
No. She was like, I'll just hang out. We're like, what is going on here?
Don't you have a better thing?
Don't you have 2 cars or something?
Yeah, oh my God.
Mark, all right, open nominees. Don't be a dick couples as we're officially entering the most romantic time of the year. Our favorite one, we'll get some tickets to join us Friday, Ditch Day, Snow Song. What's up?
Yeah, the couple that shows up to the function like already deep in conversation, and then when you get there, you can't even add to their conversations because they're just constantly going at it. You can't even add to anything that they're saying.
Interesting. So they're in their own stratosphere.
Like a fight?
Yes, exactly.
Well, fighting couple's a different sort of couple, I would argue, than what he's saying. He's saying a couple that is kind of oblivious to the fact that now
Other people have entered the conversation.
Others around now, and they're
Right.
still kind of in that A-B conversation. The fighting couple, which is an interesting one as well, obviously, are the couple that everything could set them off, and one of them's always mad at the other one.
Yeah, but one that I like even more, 626 put in on the text line, is the couple that seems very happy together, but then when they're alone, they will talk crap about the other person in the relationship to you.
Yeah.
You
That's a
know,
good
it's
one,
like,
too.
well, he always does this, he always does that. And then the girlfriend comes over and she's like, well, he blah, 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 blah. You know, they're always crapping on each other, but then when they're together, it seems like they're, quote, happy.
Right, publicly, they look very happy. Hey, Ryan on KROQ, don't be a dick. Talking couples now as we are in the most romantic time of the year. Which couple do you like the least?
Yeah, I like to nominate the couple that has to plan a double date and fights every single time a date is planned. Not even an hour goes by, and there has to be an argument for the most pettiest thing.
It's interesting.
For
'cause
example,
sometimes
you didn't wake me up for Disneyland.
Yeah, sometimes that's the glue that keeps that couple together is the fact that they're so heated. Because I always say not fighting at all is a big red flag. If you're not fighting at all, that means kind of you're both checked out. But
yeah,
if you're
but then
fighting,
there's always fighting.
you're fighting constantly about every little thing. And it's always interesting, too, because I've sat next to, like, people at restaurants before where there's a couple that's been together for a while and then, like, a new couple. And the new couple's getting along because they still like each other. And then the couple that's been together for a while is like, look at your future.
Yeah. All the steak. Well, you shouldn't get the steak. You're not going to eat it. You have a heart thing.
Right. George, KROQ, welcome. It's Don't Be a Dick Couples. Our favorite nominee will get tickets to join us Ditch Day. What do you got for us?
Hello, guys. How are you doing?
Doing fine.
So the couples that talk to themselves like babies, one to each other, and they also talk in third person.
Give me an example of the first, the baby talk, please.
So, so let's imagine John and Katie, and John is like, "Hello, how are you doing?" And the other one is like, "I'm good, baby, I'm good." And they talk to each other like that. They're like, "Oh, baby bear," and they're talking one to each other like that.
Keep going. I'm still unclear.
Give us a few more examples, if you could.
Like, oh, you were talking about the steak, and they're like, "Oh, you're a big boy. You would like to eat the steak today?" And they're talking like that, and you're like, "What is going on with these guys?"
Uh-huh.
Do you have an example of what that would sound like?
What did you say?
Do you have an example of what that would sound like?
So it's just like that. They go on and on and on like that, and you're on the other table hearing them, and it's kind of really uncomfortable to hear that.
Right. And if they were by themselves on the bed doing pillow talk, how would that sound?
Like in the phone?
Yeah.
Oh, it would be the same.
Yeah, give me an example.
All right. So they will be like, "Oh, you're working today? You're working? When are you gonna be home? I'm waiting for you. I want to see you today," and things like that. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And
if one of them ordered a donut and the other one wanted to try the donut, what would that sound like?
oh my God. Can you please give me a piece of your donut? I really want a piece of your donut.
Right. I get it. Starting to make sense out. Right. All right.
I find that really annoying.
Yes.
Right.
I can see. It sounds like it. All
We
right.
can understand
All
now.
right,
I think we have a clear picture.
I get that one now.
But we'll
Yeah.
come back to you
Yeah,
later.
yeah. Think of a good example, George, so we can role play a situation. We'll get back to you in a second. Daniel on KROQ, good morning. Don't be a dick. What's up?
Morning. What's happening, guys?
Looking for nominees for the biggest dick couples. As a result, tickets up for grabs, and we're going to save society by eliminating one of these couples once and for all. What's up?
So I hate the couples that when you're at dinner and this couple, they're having such a good time that they have to make sure everybody around them knows it. They're joking around and trying to make everybody else kind of envious of their happy relationship when, sometimes I'm having a real conversation about
I forgot eggs or toothpaste, from the grocery store.
Yeah, I get it.
I wonder what that would sound like.
George, back to George. George, if the couple you're talking about is having a conversation about eggs or toothpaste, how would that sound? George?
Does the baby want his eggs like these? Scrambled?
All right.
With the toothpaste?
All right, hold on.
Great. Okay.
Different.
Good nominee as well.
We have a different George on the phone right now. He will not. He's playing for second place. But go ahead. Other George from the 562. What's up?
Yeah. My deal is the younger person that thinks they're a life coach offering you advice.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes, that's a great nominee.
Like, I found the person of my dreams because I did this.
Oh, yes, the couple that thinks they can answer all of your questions. They know their relationship has made it 5 years successfully, so they are the gurus
figured out life
of
yeah.
relationships. That's a great nominee.
626 wanted to nominate me personally and my wife, and I just wanted to say couples who look like each other.
Oh, I hate that.
Is definitely something that really aggravates people.
Yeah, I agree. Jen, it's time to nominate couples. Don't be a dick. Got to pick our favorite in a second. Give away this lift tickets. Which couple are you hoping to nominate?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Sweet Dips.
Sweet Dips.
I want to nominate the swingers, like the open relationship couple, especially like the older couples that just want to spice up their relationship, and they're always trying to flirt with you and...
I agree.
The flirting is the part that's annoying about it because they're like, and you want to join in too? And you're like, I don't know, man.
They're very proud.
You don't know.
If you are a swinger and or in an open relationship, you're very proud of that. And once that's out and you let everyone know that, you love to let everyone know that at any time. And I know a couple, I think, Allie, we know the same couple that were in an open relationship or swingers. And, they would at any given time be like, by the way, if you want to...
By the way, if you want to have sex,
you want to have sex with her later, we can make that happen. You're like, what is going on here?
Like,
we're
I was actually just trying to get to the coffee machine.
Yeah. It's like, hey, if you're done with the coffee...
Yeah, they never told me that.
310 said, can we please take George to the snow so that he can do these couple
impressions
reenactments in front of all
George,
of us?
we accepted a lot of nominees, and they were all great. But the nominee you gave us of the couples that talk to each other in baby talk all of the time, I think universally won our support. And as a result, we'd love to give you some lift tickets to come up with a good excuse to join us on Friday at Ditch Day. Can you make that happen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you please accept in baby voice?
So let's imagine that's a couple. So, baby, we're gonna go to the show. Let's go to the show, baby. Oh my God.
All right, great. Can't wait to see you on Friday, George. Oh, man.
He has to explain it.
He's the best. Let me set this up for you guys.
Dinner table, right?
All right. Thanks for joining us. Don't be a dick, KROQ.
Summer hours, live till 11.
believe it or not.
I think there are many people in my life that no longer speak to me as a result of things we've done on this show.
Yeah, I'm sure it's hurting all of our marriages, relationships with our children. And if you remember, it was a few Halloweens ago that I brought you this audio. It was me telling my daughters at the time that instead of Halloween, traditional trick-or-treating would be canceled for salad night, and this is how they reacted.
Dad, you're kidding. Daddy, are you?
It says here, because of a candy shortage and shrinkflation, trick-or-treating will be replaced by salad night. So that was not a great reaction. And ever since then, for whatever reason, you guys convinced me every couple of months, it's time for you to go F with your kids again. This will be good for your relationship.
Yes, because their reactions are always worth it.
Most of the listeners said I should stop doing this because it is going to damage them long term. But at least in the short term, people seem to enjoy it. So with this red dye number 3 ban that's happening, all of most people's favorite foods are going to be, obviously they're not going to be banned. They're just going to change the formula a little bit so that instead of getting all the red dye, we'll end up getting beet juice or something else.
Yeah, but are tricks going to be the same with beet juice?
No, they won't.
Absolutely
No, they
not.
won't be. And if you go through the list of all the things that have it in there, it's like, if I were to say to my kids, you can go to the store and buy anything you want, this would be all of their favorite things. It's all the stuff the kids love.
Yeah,
and
there's a
stoned
reason
adults.
why they use red dye.
So I decided I would go to the store yesterday, buy all of their favorite things. All of them. I'm talking
Such a waste
the
of money.
fruit roll-ups, the Cheetos, the Flamin' Hots.
Oh, fruit roll-ups.
I think I had
right.
Trix. All the good cereals, all the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought it home, put it on the table, and they came home and they were thrilled to find it, only to realize that I would then make them throw the things out one at a time.
They were like, but they saw all the food on the kitchen
they thought
table,
it was-
and they were like, "Oh my God, Dad's trying to get best parent again."
Yeah, they must be like, oh, the
They
split,
must have gotten in a fight.
the split must be coming. He's trying to play for favorites. So here we go. This is here. Take a listen. This is once again Klein's kids hate him on KROQ.
Look what Dad's on.
By the way, always chaos at my house. I mean, I can't even do this stupid thing without the dog going nuts. Then the dog, I think, grabbed the bag of Cheetos and ran off. I mean, it just got chaotic. Jerry, no.
He got this cereal. Hot Cheetos. I don't like hot Cheetos. He has fruit roll-ups. Yeah, but I don't like hot.
Girls, this food,
She's
Trix,
like, okay, then
Cheetos,
shut
the cupcakes, the frosting, the fruit roll-ups, the Skittles, I bought it all to show you what red dye is. Red dye number 3. And these are foods that we are never going to have again. So we're going to take all these foods I bought, these yummy foods, and we're going to throw them in the trash.
What are you doing, Dad? Stop.
So right away, they went. You should have seen their smiles because they were as happy as I've seen them. Very, very excited
It
about.
seems like your older daughter was just going to roll around in them.
She
She's
was-
like, I've got the red.
She was so
I got
excited.
the
Like
Cheetos.
Scrooge.
I
Yeah.
got the Tricks. I got
Everything she's ever wanted, and mostly, it's not stuff we have all the time. But sure, like you get lazy once in a while. Breakfast happens to be Cheetos and Skittles, so whatever. Don't judge
And you
me.
give your kid red hot flaming Cheetos.
Well, that's why the younger one learned she didn't like them because I think she first had them when she was like 2, and she was like, "These are too spicy."
Yeah.
So anyway.
Oh, you're recording us.
Then, of course, when they can sense something's up now because they've caught me too many times, they assume that I'm doing something for the show, and that's when she found my phone that was it was hidden so beautifully under a bag of chips. But
Why are you buying all this stuffed Cheetos?
I'm showing you all of the stuff that we're no longer going to eat ever again in your whole life. No, that's
I
trash.
gave you back the phone.
It's my phone. What are you talking about? Give it back. No, do not. See that? Do not. Hey. Come on, clean that up now.
What are they doing?
Oh, man.
So with the little one,
Like such a bitch.
the little
Come
one,
on, man, clean that up.
the little one grabs the phone. The little one grabs the phone, and then the other one takes one of the snack displays and knocks it all over on the floor.
You're literally being bullied by your own children.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, you guys, give me back my phone! Hey, guys, seriously, come on!
Well, they did make a good point though, because she goes, "Why would you buy all this stuff just to throw it out?" She said and I was thinking to myself, yeah, that was really stupid.
Yeah,
They're,
I ate it.
They're already at the age, what is it, 6, that they're getting
Yeah.
more intelligent than you are.
Yeah, I was like, I should have thought of that. This was
What a
a
waste.
financial waste, right? Come on. No, it's not funny.
Actually, tell us the truth.
So she's all upset now because she was really excited.
Is she holding your phone over the toilet right now?
What? Dad, you're just wasting your money on the... Oh my God, there's a large glass with it. He recorded you. He recorded you. don't make hot Cheetos. Yeah, but look, Sienna, there's the candy cereal.
Nope, not anymore. Red dye. Ow! Ow! Do not hit, Sienna. Ow! Okay, now that's when I got hit with her cast. I got like Tanya Harding. She took her cast as hard as she could right in the knees. Almost took me out.
That you're like a year away from getting sued by your own children.
It's possible.
Yes, stop!
Seriously, pick up the stuff. Come on.
Actually, this
Go.
is not funny.
Hey, all right, everyone, just relax. We're gonna. Which one do you want to pick to throw out?
What a great way to get the handle on the situation.
By the way, everything.
All right, everybody, relax.
Everything was kind of calm until I started this whole thing, and I created chaos in my house for no reason. I mean, really, no reason.
And there's very few moments of calm in your house.
It was calm, and then I decided to call them in once the table was all set up with the snacks, and then the dog went nuts because they ran towards the table because they were so excited. All right, everyone, just relax. We're gonna. Which one do you want to pick to throw out? Okay, Sienna, you want the fruit roll up for the trash or the tricks? All right, let's all go to the trash.
Eat this, okay?
Okay, do you wish you could eat it?
These are flaming hot.
Then
Do
we.
you wish you could eat it? You're such an asshole.
Thank you. Well, look, I was.
Don't you wish you could have this?
Yeah.
Please give me something.
I explained to them, this was unfortunately not recorded, so you guys just think I'm a terrible dad. I explained to them that by us throwing this out, I'm actually saving their lives, probably, right?
You just didn't get that on.
No, that part I didn't get on
record
camera.
it?
I just got the part where we threw the stuff out. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it, Allie. Just another example.
So now you have that stuff?
I got all that stuff.
What do you gotta do with it?
You want it, Jake?
Yeah, I eat it.
All right.
Dude, yeah.
It's a feast.
Red diet for Jake.
Klein Alley Show on KROQ.
All right, that'll do it for us. We're going to get out of here. We've got a live show again tomorrow. I'll be back. Vanessa will be back. And I think Jake the Nerd will be back as well after getting his ass looked at during his colonoscopy. Thanks for hanging in with us this fine Monday after a break. I know some people are still getting back at it, and it probably shows in our voices as well. But we've got another live show tomorrow where we're giving away we got a fresh new set of chances to win 21 Pilots tickets in Tampa as part of KROQ's Road Trip USA. So listen at 9 and 10 tomorrow. And I think you have more chances on the show later, or on the station.
All the way till 6 p.m.
Yes, and so that means that you can win them with Kevin Ryder. You get tickets to BMO Stadium show on October 26th, and you'll get put on the standby boarding list for a shot to see them again in Tampa. So we've got that later today on KROQ and tomorrow morning with us. And we've also got more tickets to Yo Gabba Gabba at the Novo on August 31st. So lots of reasons to listen tomorrow morning. We won't do takeaways today, but I will leave you with some new music. This is a new Foo Fighters song that they came out with. Are you not playing it?
Oh, I deleted it, but
come on, put it back. Put it back.
Put it back.
No, this is a good one because they just came out with this. It's called Today's Song. Foo Fighters just released this, I believe, for their 30th anniversary. It was a very emotional release for them because of the loss of Taylor Hawkins. So this is, do you have it up, Vanessa?
I have it.
Okay, all right. This is Today's Song. We'll see you later, and we'll see you tomorrow.